I got a blind dog.
Oh, okay.
And a blind res dog. That's our.
I couldn't tell from your glasses.
Oh.
They say all dogs look like their owners.
Yeah, that's a good one. I love that one. Me and my dog play the piano together. He plays a harmonica. I play the piano.
Your dog-
Your
Your fucking dog's played by Jamie Foxx. Your dog's played by Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, played by Jamie. Oh. He's a red healer.
I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I don't even know what it means, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. Hey, I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat.
All right, guys. My next guest on Unloading Meat, Season 2. The one, the only, the co-host of the award-winning Toke Signals podcast. Give it up for Isaiah Lasley!
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How was that intro?
Oh, that was good.
That was good?
Superb.
Thank you, brother.
Primo. Worthy. If I was unloading meat, that would be like a big, juicy tomahawk
Follow me on
steak.
Grindr.
Tomahawk steak. Whoa. What would we get here? We can't go a minute without an Indian guy bringing up a tomahawk already. But if I was unloading meat, that'd be stellar. It'd be like a good Texas brisket. Just
What are you trying to say? Like, because I'm bi, within 30 seconds it comes up with dick jokes, but because you're native, within 30 seconds it comes up with tomahawk jokes?
Yeah, I already have a tomahawk. I had it already unloaded on that meat. Just
We're starting off
yeah,
hot.
man. Just throw a shoulder out, man.
Yeah,
Just,
man. Times are tough.
So yes. I guess co-host of the award winning. It was. Hopefully, we'll get back to back.
Yeah.
Because our goal is a trophy for each house. Like my co-host already has the trophy. He carries around. We carry it around everywhere we go.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, like bag of sand. That's how we carry it. But we're gonna get a second one. We're gonna get a second one this year. So, so go out there and vote. June 2nd begins.
Nice.
I'm already shamelessly plugging.
Well, by the time this airs, it's totally past June 2nd.
No.
This will come out like July, man.
Well, good. Then that's right in the heart of
voting season.
Voting season. It like stops at like July 31st. All right, so you got a week left. Get it done. Or I'm holding a China Club, my Facebook group. I'm holding them hostage. I'm holding them hostage next time because I held them hostage next time. I said, if we don't win, I'm going to cancel this A China Club group. And there was like 4,000 people in that group. And then one day they're just going to be like, what the fuck? Sorry.
Is it like the I don't know, we were joking at the clubs last week about the best in Tulsa comedy.
Yeah.
The award where you can just vote for yourself. Like everybody at the club's like, I'm the best comedian in Tulsa. Because apparently like I don't know, it'll be all right. Roscoe's fiance Katie, apparently she was winning votes for a little bit, and she was like, I'm one of the best comedians in Tulsa because everybody was voting for her. So she was really getting ranked up, and it's like she's not even a comedian. But it was one of those things where it was like everybody could vote 10 times a day for as many times as they want, and then it was like everybody's just voting for themselves. So what does it matter?
Well, the Oklahoma Cannabis Music Awards.
It's not like that.
It's once a day.
Okay.
You can do it once a day. Get logged in and.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail that.
Oh, it's all good. Because I was going to vote for myself 20 times. I was hoping to get a negative vote. Yeah, let's see what we got. Yes.
Buttons on the side.
Buttons on the side.
Turn it around. Right there.
Oh, okay.
Got that good ratatouille. The good ratatouille. I love it. I love the ratatouille.
I didn't mean to accidentally dress up like I'm a reformed. I had a previous life at one time. I was.
You look like
I ain't got no tattoos though, so it's
you look like a retired hitman at a soccer game.
Yes, I've learned that if you button your top button, like when you have collared shirts, it just intimidates people for some.
No, it just makes you think that you're
like Denzel. I compare myself to Denzel Washington.
Oh,
like the Equalizer.
I just look at it like I just got done rewatching The Kingsman, and so it looks like all those fucking British kids with the buttoned-up polos.
Oh,
all the prim and proper kids.
Very posh.
Yeah, very posh.
Yes, I'm not. I am no West Ender here. I grew up posh. I grew up around where that big giant Ferris wheel is. I'm not from Manchester for crying out loud.
Oxford's not brogues. Yeah, I fucking wear hey dudes.
Yeah, you gotta start with the bottom, and that's hey dude. Hey dude.
Did you start on the bottom? Did you get on my Grindr profile?
You know, I thought when I got my Grindr profile, I thought they were delivering when they were going to deliver 6 inches and 12 inches to me. I thought Grindr was a sandwich app.
Hoagies and Grinders.
And hoagies and grinders, and like no,
navy beans,
a dude showed up knocking on my door. And I was like, "Where's the sandwich?" He goes, "You are the sandwich." I was like, "Whoa, all right, man. There's a misunderstanding."
I didn't think I'd get a hoagie or a grinder from.
God dang it!
Wow. That's why I have material where you don't see me going into a Subway with a name like Jared. It's already off the territory.
Oh man,
yeah.
That's too many meatballs.
Oh. Right there.
Not meatballs too, though. I mean, that's garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the deal with the fucking alien? Like,
that's true.
Bullshit.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you watch do you remember the Troll 2?
Yes.
The famous
HBO would play Troll 2 like randomly.
And he has a fly on his fucking forehead. They're eating him. And then he's just doing this entire monologue as he's watching them off screen get eaten or whatever because they can't show it because they're cheap.
Have you seen the first Troll?
No.
The first Troll has like Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Really?
Yes. She is like a young Elaine.
Damn.
Man, I'm telling you what, man. Like when I was a kid, I loved Seinfeld, but man, when you're growing up raging with hormones and you see the only woman on television that's just getting it on with anybody and everybody,
you got to see her without the shoulder pads.
Yeah, like that dance with the thumbs,
the Elaine
dance. Yes. So shout out to Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
The 90s were a weird time for fucking random dances, weren't it? That was the thing. We had the fucking the Elaine. We had the Bartman.
The Bartman.
Yeah, do the Bartman.
The Urkel.
The Urkel. We had the dancing baby from fucking Ally McBeal.
Oh shit!
Remember that?
How could you forget?
Ooga chaka, ooga chaka.
Oh shit!
That baby was fucking everywhere. It was that and the fucking Taco Bell dog.
It was like the first GIF.
Yeah.
GIF. Like it was. That baby would just.
For those that don't know, because
shit,
you're not, above the age of 30. There was a show called Ally McBeal. All 5 of you that are watching.
Yeah.
There's a show called Ally McBeal.
I think that demographic probably knows what Ally McBeal is.
Ally McBeal was a show about showing for the first time in the 90s that women like to get fucked. They didn't show that a lot. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, they didn't show a lot of like women wanting to get railed a lot in the 90s.
Well, I grew up with Married with Children and like Kelly.
That's true. It was on Fox. It was on Fox.
It was on Fox.
Fox was always pretty edgy.
Fox, you know what? Like, people talk about Roseanne being edgy. I thought Married with Children was ahead of that curve.
Like, I still give props to Roseanne Barr for what she did besides, dropping the racist comments. But like, I grew up with Roseanne, but it was to me PG Married with Children.
Yeah.
Like Married with Children came before.
I love Psycho Dad. I love No Ma'am. I love Al. 4 touchdowns in a single game. I mean, let's not front here. Peg was bad.
Peg could get it.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
Katie could still get it, man. She's fucking hot as hell.
Like Leela.
Oh.
What is she on?
Futurama?
I know Sons of Anarchy. What's her?
Oh, Gemma.
Gemma. Yeah, that's what it is. Man, she's hardcore in that too. Yeah. Man, Katie Seagal.
I'm just thinking if he hook up with Leela, that's one less lie to get come in.
Ooh. Oh, and you know what?
I'm a gentleman, okay? Available now.
Hey, you know what? Women have eyelash bills, and it can get up to like $100. Like, These cumbrellas.
Yeah.
Yeah. They get expensive. They like, man, I got to pay $100 a month to keep my eyelashes. I'm like, no. Oh.
Coming soon, the Travis Barker remix of
Yeah.
Cumbrella.
Yeah, cumbrella. Ella
Fitzgerald.
No. I don't know who Ella
Oh
Fitzgerald
God, I'm
is.
just imagining the raindrops of cum. She's fucking.
Well, that's
Oh God, this
that's why the French invented them to have like
eyelashes or umbrellas.
fake eyelashes because
I thought you were like, we invented umbrellas for cum all this time?
Yes, that's where fake eyelashes come from, like French prostitutes and shit. French pimp went, you know what? My girls can't get me getting no shot in the eye, so I'm gonna have to have something. Y'all girls gonna have to have long eyelashes to catch it.
You said it was a French pimp and he turned into Cat Stevens or
Yeah,
Cat
well,
Williams.
A little bit, dude. No,
Baguette.
baguette.
You put the condom on the baguette.
Yeah, condom, like real cognac from Condom, France.
Charge extra for Eiffel Tower. That turned into fucking his. That turned into Asian. Holy crap!
I once had some.
You sure it's not a clam eating?
I once had some. I had like cognac one time from Condom, France. Like, it's from Condom. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, man, I really got a shot of some condom juice in my mouth.
Did it arrive safely?
What? Oh, it was good. They're like, it was these old French dudes. Like, hey, you want to try this? Like,
Nice and protected.
oh yeah.
Sorry,
I carried 2 pocket knives on me at that time, so I was nice and protected then. Like,
I was just thinking it was condom.
oh. Oh, I thought you talking about like getting drinks offered by random Frenchmen.
No,
like,
you said you had it for condoms, so I was like, is it protected? Did it arrive safely?
Oh.
I was making condom jokes.
oh, I thought you were talking about like, hey guys, hey man, would you want to drink this?
No,
yeah,
I wasn't
sure.
asking if the cognac fucked you.
Oh,
This is turning into some fucking animated
yeah,
shit. We're going wild here.
it's
on
getting all
Unloading Meat, guys.
tentacle.
Yeah. We're fucking 15 minutes in. We've only like started talking about fucking getting raped in France.
Wait, cue the hub.
No.
Oh wait,
Like it seems like everybody that comes into this show is around the same time we've been kind of starting back this year,
yeah.
or starting like to really put it seriously this year, and it's like the things are aligning for a lot of us.
Well, think about like socially, the pandemic created a lot of divorces. Like, I had a pandemic divorce too.
Yeah.
And so like a lot of us had like some sort of fuck it. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
what do I got to lose? Like
Truth.
mentality. Like, you know, everything, you know, all right, I'm just gonna give this comedy thing a shot. And I think people getting placed back into society and stuff, we all kind of had all that at the same time.
Yeah.
So I think that's what, to me personally, my hypothesis on why there's a influx of comedy. And plus, especially around our area, like Tulsa area and stuff, I mean, you know, there's been big budget productions coming in around lately.
Yeah,
and
there has.
It just sparked up like a huge interest. Like just they
Yeah.
they picked up and shook the
talked about
rats out.
I've talked about it on this podcast, dude. Like that's why I really try to push. You know, it took me almost 2 years to build this. I
Mhm.
talked about it off screen. But I really tried to push to launch Unloading Meat in February of this year. Like it just started this February this year.
Oh yeah.
But I pushed it mostly because when I went to the open mics in January and I started meeting people in the scene, and I realized like, hey, I kind of found my people. Like this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
It changed the direction of this show to where I was like, hey, instead of trying to do like a 1-man podcast or 2-man podcast, try to figure out what this fucking thing was. Let's put a spotlight on Tulsa because like there's so much fucking talent here.
Yeah.
And that's what it turned into. And it kind of changed this whole direction of this podcast. But then it was like more like, man, I think like you were saying, Tulsa's on the bubble.
Yeah.
I truly believe that Tulsa is about to be like the next little Austin with Tulsa King, Reservation Dogs, with the Killers on the Flower Moon.
Oh,
Dude, like everything that's hitting right now. It's just we're on the bubble. You know what I mean? Like we're like it's so on the bubble. And I think that if I launched it now and put full force into this and my production and my fucking budget and you know what I mean, just like trying to really push and go for it. I think that when it finally takes off, because Tulsa's literally about to explode. I think.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is for me to be one of the biggest things in Tulsa to where when like a touring comedian like a Bobby Lee or somebody that comes in, come on and Unloading Meat. promote it because like with Bricktown coming out, I want to be like one of the podcasts that like Bricktown's like send people to. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to build that platform to really get that going.
Man, to me personally, since I've only been doing comedy for just a little bit,
Yeah.
like, man, you know, when you say, like, when people start calling me, like, man, your act stinks, like,
Yeah.
I love that part. I
Yeah.
love the part where the bombs and sucking. I love, like, just learning from all of that. Because you know what? You learn what doesn't work, and
Yeah.
you learn what works, and that's the journey. The journey of all this, like, and even if you do a good set, to me personally, it's just never enough. Like,
Yeah.
I have a constant, like, I did
It's
this
an
wrong.
addiction,
I
right?
did this wrong. I need to correct this. And like, it's an OCD person's like fucking nightmare. Luckily, I'm not OCD.
It's therapeutic and stressful at the same time.
Yes.
Like, there's nothing else like it for me. Performing is just, it's performing. Like, I don't know. You were there last night.
Yeah.
I did the thing about the fucking pronouns. I don't know if you heard me say that fucking shit. Like, I don't know. There's a lot. I'm not going to name it. There's a lot of pronoun jokes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I've heard like 50 people that are like, my pronouns are insert punchline. I'm not knocking anybody. I've heard a lot.
No one's ever said they're verbs.
Yeah.
My verbs are jump,
Well, my
run,
my thing is now is
skip.
if I ever bomb or something's not working or flying, I'm like, oh fuck, this is Tulsa comedy. I'm sorry. Something pronoun joke. That's just what I go with.
That's good. That's good fodder.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good comedic fodder.
Just to fuck with them.
You know, like real good, like
Yeah.
fiber.
Yeah.
It's good fiber for comedy. Is
Yeah.
The pronoun jokes.
Yeah.
No one does a person, place, or a thing. A regular noun joke.
My adverbs are my helping verbs.
Yeah.
Ooh, helping verbs.
I can't wait till people start diagramming sentences in comedy, like subject, predicate. You know, how do we diagram the sentence?
I mean, there's a few of them in the scene that do that, and then they don't get to the punchline.
Yeah, and Shirley English method is.
I forgot about the damn
Yeah,
deep cut.
yeah,
Deep cut,
yeah,
man.
I'm a Great Expectation school. I'm a woodland cougar for life, and we are Great Expectation schools, and we didn't live up to it, half of us, but
Fucking Reaganomics.
but the other half, they did a good job. I was the I had in my class, you got ranks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like ranked 49th out of 53 kids. Like,
Damn.
my grades were like, I wanted to know who were those dumbass kids that was 50, 51, 52. At least I was a 49.
At least you could count
I
the
was
51,
a 49.
52.
Hey. Hey, yo, hey. But man, I wasn't a 50. I wasn't a 51. I was straight up. I was like a G. I was like in bingo. I'm G49, man, like a G.
Joke's on you. They were counting my golf rules.
Yep. By strokes.
Yeah. Available on Grindr.
But I, you know what? I'm a kind of person that got a D in Native American cultures, and and today, right now, I work at the Osage Cultural Center. How does a man that gets a D in Native American cultures ends up working at a cultural center?
It's like they showed the clip of the latest trailer for the new Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
And it shows Miles getting in trouble at school, and they're talking about his grades, and his mom's Hispanic. And he gets a D in Spanish, and she's like, "What?" She flips the fuck out because she's Spanish, and he knows full Spanish, but he can't do it in class.
Here's the thing in this. When I was in 5th grade, back in the day, they had the Iowa Basic Skills Test.
Yep.
The standardized testing.
Yeah.
And
Iowa test.
oh yeah, they said the worst thing they could say to somebody before you take a test, this doesn't count against your grade. I said, okay.
Wrong.
Yeah, wrong. Wrong. Because I bombed it. I managed to, like, it dumbfounded them how many I got wrong. Like, there is no way this guy got them all wrong. How did he get them all wrong? That's maniacal. Like, I took the time to fill out the circles. I didn't know what I filled out.
Yeah.
I was just singing like C-A, B-B-D, A-B-D, C-B-A. Like, just being
CBD,
being
THC.
a dumbass 10, 11-year-old kid. Just like,
Yeah. It's like that scene in Speed Racer when he fills it out and it just says like "Go fast."
Yeah. Well, anyway, I did all my Iowa basic skills tests, and I just
Nobody watched fucking Speed Racer.
I fucked it off and like doodled. I wanted to draw Street Fighter 2 doodles like as soon as I got done because they had to sit there anyway. So I was just drawing Street Fighter 2. Okay, standard test. We're done. The next school year, I go to 6th grade, and they said, "All right, we need you," and I noticed all the kids they were naming off were a bunch of dumbass kids.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. And then they go, "Isaiah, you too." I was like, "What? What do you want me for?" Well, they put me in special reading. I was in special reading my whole 6th grade year.
Wait. When you say special reading, did you mean special reading?
Oh yeah, I'm talking group home. My daddy, my daddy. What? My daddy.
I don't know if I can even laugh at that, but I'm laughing.
What you mean? Like you mean your mama and your daddy? Yeah, my mama, my daddy. Anyway, I worked group homes 15 years.
Turn into Bobby Boucher.
Oh yeah, my daddy, little Down syndrome dude, like my daddy. And so anyway, they put me in special reading for
bad.
Yeah, bad with the bad kids. Like okay. And
what was the song? I'm totally off track right now. What was the fucking rock song that the dude had a stutter? He worked it in.
George Thorogood, Bad to the Bone.
Ain't seen nothing yet.
Ain't seen nothing yet.
Baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. He's stuttering through it.
No shit.
Yeah, if he worked it into a song. That's actually his stutter.
When life throws you lemons.
Yeah, when he's like, you ain't seen nothing like that. It's actually him stuttering during the fucking song.
Baby.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this one hit wonder.
That ain't the Georgia Satellites, is it? No. It's, oh shit. So anyway, they like had us all read out loud and shit. And so the guy Isaiah, you read, and I just read it out loud like like my teacher, my special
Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Bachman Turner Overdrive. Baby. I said, how come you're not stuttering when you read? I was like, because I can read. Like, what do you? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, and they're like, my teacher looked at me and went, "What are you doing in here?" Like, what do you mean? They're like, you can read pretty well. I was like, yeah. They go, how did you flunk that test? I said, oh yeah, I just doodled that test. I didn't care. Like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, you guys told me this test does not count against your grade. So what do I got to lose?
Yeah.
They go, Isaiah, you got to do that because that's standardized testing. They know where to put you the next year. And I didn't know it, but teachers, like my co-host's wife is a teacher.
Yeah.
And she said they can't stand kids that bring
the curve down.
I brought the curve down so low. They probably didn't get funding the next year because Isaiah, like one student got a 0. And like, oh, right, well, we don't get funding anymore because
isn't that fucked up that our teachers are basically rated like how fucking I used to work at cell phone stores.
Our job, so I knew the power of the
survey,
the power that the teachers have. They don't have the power. The students have the power because all you got to do is bomb the fucking tests.
You hear that, kids?
You hear that, kids? Bomb the tests. I mean, no, kids. Do good on tests. Don't be like me, because, I took
Also, with the climate of how many fucking massacres are happening at schools, maybe we shouldn't tell them to start adding bombs to the list.
Oh. How would we put that? Do like my set and not very good on the test. My comedy set. It's a total bomb.
If you're going to bomb at school, make sure it's sponsored by the Uvalde Police Department.
Oh. Whoa, Uvalde. Man, that's the most chicken shit, dude.
Yes.
Like, you got armor, you got guns too. I mean, obviously those little kids in there ain't got the.
No. Well, one of them.
Well, the shithead.
Too soon.
The shithead shooting at. But those little kids in there, they ain't got no armor. They ain't got no weapons or nothing. They're in there too. What are you grown men who are?
You know what they have, Isaiah? They have everybody's thoughts and prayers.
Yes.
Thoughts and prayers.
Now I pay bills with thoughts and prayers now.
Yeah.
I pay bills with that. I get a lot of.
I want to say if you use thoughts and prayers as lube and see if it works. That's a good. I'm writing that down.
Oh yeah, put it in Viagra too. That's some thoughts and prayers too. It's a secret ingredient. Viagra is thoughts and prayers. And put it in lube. Thoughts and prayers.
Viagra and lube.
Thoughts and prayers. That's
So
well. It's also Fix-A-Flat. Fix-A-Flat's the key ingredient. Viagra.
Oh, I thought you were trying to use Fix a Flat for fucking lube. That's fucking dangerous.
Whoa.
Fix a flat ass.
Now what is the top of the line market for lube? Is it like the K? Obviously KY. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to buy, it's like buying Kleenex. You want to buy tissue, it's Kleenex. It's,
Yeah. You know,
KY is
KY is like the Coca-Cola of. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, who is the Pepsi? Who would be the Pepsi of the lube?
That would be Astroglide. the old staple Astroglide.
Johnson and Johnson.
Might as well use some fucking Crisco.
I don't want no Johnson and Johnson because I don't want some sort of dick cancer from
Johnson
from
and
lubing up with old Johnson and Johnson.
Hey,
here.
if you jerk off with Johnson and Johnson, it's always a 3-way.
Whoa, hi-yo. I can't do it. It's just got that baby duck on that bottle, and I just feel terrible. I just like, oh, baby duck.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I used that fucking sunblock with the little kids and their ass hanging out.
And the duck just winks at me and says, "Put it on my bill." I was like, all right. Yeah. Yep. I listen to Drake when I do that. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Drake duck?
Yeah. I was trying to get it. Good duck joke.
Yeah, that's Mallard. Oh. Good duck pun.
Man.
Dude, we're already 30 minutes in.
Wow, already?
Dude, this is fucking. I gotta give you props.
All right. I'm gonna take a puff.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna puff on this.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got? You got any questions, comments?
You were going to talk about this shit. Like, you were kind of amazed. So, on the side of it, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Looking around the room, what were some of your childhood things that you were into? That do you see anything that you were into back in the day?
Oh, it's all Power Rangers all the time. When I was a kid, I was into martial arts movies, just like every other kid my age. So it's product of the times. Like,
let's see if we can see the Power Rangers. Yeah, we see a little bit of Power Rangers instead. Seen right here. Like, right,
oh yeah. You got. I remember the first season. I was like, how come they don't have a Green Ranger? And then all of a sudden, the next season they had the Green Ranger.
Yeah.
And holy shit!
I don't know if you've noticed. But...
Jason David Frank.
So yeah,
there's only one green.
We're gonna do a single for that.
Right oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, get it in.
Get
there.
around the shitty tribal
get up
too.
In it. But yeah, it sparks up a lot of childhood memories. Like I remember because who else came out like around that time? Because X-Men, I don't know if they
X-Men animated series was there around the same time. So was Spider-Man.
Because I was like, what was that, 92 or 90?
Were you a Fox Kids 3?
Oh, I was Fox Kids big time. After school, there was this little girl who like ran in her tree house and shit and showed like Fox cartoons after school. It was like the afternoon clubhouse. I even joined Fox Kids Clubhouse, Fox 23 Kids Clubhouse, and like I joined the newsletter. Dude, I got the quarterly.
Dude, we're so bonding right now because I did the same thing, and then I even joined the Fox 23 Simpsons Club, and I won the contest, and I won the fucking like Simpsons prize pack from like turning in your. Remember when you had to send like a postage?
Yeah,
you had to like send in the postcard with a fucking stamp and shit like that, and turn in the fucking submissions before internet. I did that, and I won a Simpsons prize pack, and like got all this shit from Simpsons.
Oh yeah,
yeah, from Fox 23. I love that shit. Yeah, so yeah, I'm a Fox 23 kid.
Yeah, so I'm definitely. I had the newsletter. I had what is that? I mean,
I joined the Jason David Frank, the Tommy Oliver or whatever it was, the Power Rangers karate school. It was on VHS.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and you got to be like having your own little like membership badge, and like it was like him teaching you 30 minutes how to do fucking hee-yaw as you kick. That was all his fucking lessons.
When I was a kid, I took karate. I took 2 karate lessons.
I took karate too because of Power Rangers.
Well, it was before Power Rangers.
Okay.
It was like I was like watching Bloodsport and Kickboxer and shit. And so like I go to take my karate class. They signed me up. I'm like, all right, when we gonna fight? And they're like, no. And so they made me be in a room and I had to do like 1,000 kicks. I was like, this ain't for me. I don't want to learn how to kick.
Yeah.
I just want to learn how to fight.
Yeah.
I was a little kid and I was smaller than everybody.
Yeah.
And like I was always wanting to fight around. So
So like I was raised by a dad who loves westerns and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And so I got into Power Rangers started in 93. I was
Oh, yeah.
I was 5. It changed my life and I was into karate and stuff like that. And then right around that time, Walker Texas Ranger came out.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, and my dad was into that because Chuck Norris, fucking he had the cowboy hat and shit.
Yeah.
So then we both got into karate and we went and took karate for like a year. And I because I wanted to be the Green Ranger and he because something Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
I guess we got out of it because it turned into this weird like. Looking back, there's some weird fever dreams about it. But like, yeah, have you ever seen like the instructors that like walk on your stomach? Like, have you seen that thing? I don't know if you ever noticed it. Like, so like they would have this thing where like you all line up and you try to like tighten up your core, and they would like all one by one like step on your stomach and then walk off.
Yeah.
And there was supposed to be like some kind of lesson thing, and my dad was just like, "Why the fuck are you doing this to the kids?" Like, and then we were like, "Yeah, we're done." We just stopped one day.
Well, because I mean,
it was like kind of like this is kind of awkward.
have you seen The Art of Self-Defense?
No.
It's the guy who played
Would have done me wonders before my sexual assault.
Zombieland. Not Woody Harrelson, but the curly headed guy,
Jesse Eisenberg.
And it's about like karate and dojo life.
Oh, really?
And like there's a whole subcult culture of dojos that like master and sit like people want to follow somebody for like, and people want to be masters.
Yeah.
So it's but man, that movie's intense. It's about dojo life and like why do people do?
I mean, you trade a karate gi for a fucking leather collar and leash, and we got the same thing.
But I was getting back to that. Like when I did karate, all I know after that, my dad gave me a new pair of shoes, and then he took me down to the Pahuska mat wrestling room, and he goes, "All right, put those shoes on and go out there with your friends." And that's how I learned wrestling as a little kid. Like I wrestled for years, like maybe 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
growing up. So I was like, man, I didn't do karate. I just wrestled all the time. So that's part of my childhood is wrestling and football and baseball. So I was just always playing sports and stuff. But yeah, I was watching like, because I couldn't wait to get off like football practice to go watch Power Rangers. Because we started playing like full pads football.
Yeah.
At that age, like I was like 9 or 10. And so I was like, man, Power Rangers is on. Why we had practice on a Saturday when Power Rangers is like, it was like a special episode. Like,
yeah.
It was when it first came out. It was like when the Power Rangers fought that pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
was like one of the first episodes, like when it first premiered out. Like that was a long time ago.
I want to get there's a box set Hasbro has, and it has that fucking pudgy pig.
Yeah.
And it has him with like the fucking like all the submarine sandwich and everything that you can buy it, and it's like packaged in a lunchbox. I kind of want it. I think it's kind of fucking cool.
So like, where like Angel Grove?
Okay.
I mean, I would not be if I was an insurance.
Yeah.
I would not insure Angel Grove at all. Like,
yeah,
that town is just
fucked.
It's fucked every week. Like somehow some sort of gigantic monster and these gigantic robots fight each other in this city.
Did you watch the 2017 movie?
Yes, I did. I went and saw it with Cherokee Heat.
I have the poster. I have the poster on my wall in the theater over there.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's not the greatest movie, but I'm a Power Ranger fan.
Yeah,
and I got the poster from the actual it was from the IMAX actual theater. I got it from that theater, so that's why I have it.
Yeah,
but do you remember the Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kreme.
You watched the movie, right?
Yeah, I watched. I mean, I saw it in theaters.
Okay, so I don't know if you remember, but they had leading up to it, they had Power Ranger Krispy Kreme donuts that you can get at Krispy Kreme.
What?
And each one had a different Power Stone basically written on. It was they were just glazed donuts, and they had a different red, pink, yellow, blue, black little Power Ranger lightning bolt on them. Well, that turned into, I don't know if you noticed. Go back and watch that movie. They say the word Krispy Kreme almost 100 times.
Yeah, you got who you think paid for the movie?
Yeah, there's an entire plot point in that movie where Rita Repulsa's like, where is the shark? Wherever the fuck they're looking for, and they're like, it's under the Krispy Kreme, and she's like, Krispy Kreme, And then she goes and eats a fucking donut at the Krispy Kreme as Goldar is destroying this town.
Oh,
and it's an entire Krispy Kreme commercial for like 20 minutes.
Goldar.
Yeah.
I like the voice on the show.
I love Goldar.
You Power Rangers. Don't fuck with the man made of gold. He was a pimp.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a pimp. Like,
Especially when he got the wings.
oh, yeah.
Although, I gotta say, when they gave him the wings, he turned into a pussy.
Yeah.
Like, low-key, Goldar Season 1 was scary.
Yeah. He was intimidating as hell.
Yeah. And then, same with Lord Zed. Remember Lord Zed?
Yes.
Lord Zed is still one of my all-time favorite character designs.
Like, but he has like exposed. Like, seems like he has exposed like nerves and like flesh. Like he has no skin. Like it seems really, like it's. Yeah.
That right there, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love this character design.
That Lord Zed's fishy tissue. Like it looks like it's starting to get necrosis. Like it's not. Doesn't look fresh. It doesn't look like that fresh unloading meat.
Yeah.
Like, you want the good tissue. That looks like it's kind of, oh, man.
Well,
Zed,
like,
you better get that checked.
I don't know if you know. I'm a big Power Ranger nerd. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, I know the history of it and ins and outs and where it came from in Japan and stuff like that. And like all the behind the scenes stuff. Like
Bandai.
Yeah, Bandai. Fucking Lord Zed debuted. He's an original character. He's not from the original Japanese show.
Mm-hmm.
It's an original suit and everything for fucking season 2. They wanted a new big bad because they got rid of Rita because they were running out of footage.
Ah.
Yeah. So they made a new big bad, and they made him super scary, and then all the moms wrote in because the kids were having nightmares and shit. And then I don't know if you noticed, but in season 3, all the villains became fucking just like Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Like Lord Zed took a love potion and got in love and married Rita Repulsa, and they became campy husband and wife.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. And then Goldar got his wings, and then he started fucking running around with fucking her brother. Like, it's just that the moms got pissed because they're like, this is too violent already because of the fucking karate.
Now, how did the dude make the clay monsters?
Oh, yeah.
Monsters out. He made the monsters out of clay. Like, woohoo, I made up a pig that looks to eat.
Okay, this is going to turn into a total, like, fucking Hasbro thing.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, I'm big into the Hasbro fucking figures. That's the guy you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
That's Finster.
Yeah, Finster's always up to no good. Always making monsters.
Look at the detail in this thing. When you open it up,
Oh, yeah.
it has the fucking clay things where you can see where he's making them.
Yeah.
And they all fall out. Fuck.
Like, what if all he wanted to do was create life? Create a golem,
Yeah.
if you will, out of clay. And he wrote messages inside of him to grant his wishes.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
dude,
Rita Repulsa perversed his dream of creation.
I love these figures, man. I don't know. This shit is just like, it makes me happy.
So wait, now she was locked up on the moon, right?
Yep. She was up on the moon.
Like, how'd she get on the moon? Like,
Space dumpster.
really?
It's literally called a space dumpster.
Space dumpster.
Yeah. I shit you not. They call it a space dumpster, and it's a fucking trash can sealed. And then like the opening credits of the first episode is 2 astronauts landing on the moon, and they open it up.
Yes.
And she's like, after 10,000 years, I'm free. Time to conquer Earth. Yeah, I could probably quote the whole.
Oh yeah, that's the open. That's very open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Go.
Yeah.
Go Power Rangers.
Alpha, bring me 5 teenagers with attitude.
Yeah. Why does a 10,000 at least 10,000-year-old man?
Yeah.
Like, why would he need teenagers
With attitude.
with attitudes? With like, why would he need? Why not get some grown-ups?
I know.
Why give it to just a limited amount of kids? Like, why not have like a full regiment of Power Rangers? Like,
I kind of want to do a spoof of that. Like, what if we actually got teenagers for Power Rangers?
yeah,
And like every 30 minutes, the boys just have to go off and jerk off.
yeah. God dang. I would say like they would make TikTok videos about their Power Ranger-ness. And like when the putties come out and they do a TikTok
They're
dance
just flossing.
together. And they do a
The Megazord does a
yeah,
dab.
yeah. Like, and one season they had putties, and all you had to do was touch their chest. And,
Yeah, the Z putties.
like
yeah.
why? Like, is that makes it too easy? Like,
Yeah.
boop. Like, it's not even fun anymore.
And those were the more powerful versions of
Yes.
the original putties, but they had armor and a push button.
yes, all they had was a button. You
They
just
literally those
self-destruct
putties.
button.
Those putties had the staples. That was easy button on their
Yeah.
chest. That was easy.
Yeah.
That was easy. That was.
Like, I don't even need to be. Do I even need to be here? I can get a couple of neighborhood kids with some sticks,
Yeah.
with broom handles, Click.
with attitude.
Click. All right, kids, there's some putties down.
Get some neighborhood kids with attitude.
Yeah, I need some neighborhood kids with attitude. Go down by the creek. There's putties all around there. Click.
Sorry, Zordon. Alpha tried. He couldn't find 5 teenagers with attitude, but we found 5 tweens with Down syndrome.
Mama, daddy. Mama, yes, mama, daddy. Mama, daddy. Mama. I mean, no, Brock Lesnar. That's all right.
They're all the Blue Ranger because
Yeah,
they can park to the handicap. This episode of Unloading Meat is not brought to you by your favorite language learning app such as Duolingo, but it could be. It really could be. Guys, Duolingo is amazing, and if you don't take your lessons, nothing will happen to my family, right? Duolingo, please. Guys, please use the app, please. I miss my kids. I miss my kids.
The tomahawk steak of Unloading Meat is today.
Okay, how do you like your steak made?
I like my steak just rare. I
Rare?
like it. Yeah, I like
Full
it.
rare?
Full rare.
I have to be medium rare.
Yeah.
I'm close, but yeah. So, are you a grill? Do you like to grill or do you like to cook or anything like that, or do you just like to eat?
You know what? I like to grill. I don't like to eat.
Okay.
I can't, due to the medication I have to take nowadays, like I cannot process red meat like I can eat it sparingly, but I can't eat it like I used to because I'd eat a steak every day.
Yeah.
And not ever. But like, yeah, I got to lower my red meat, but I love cooking. Yeah, I like cooking more than eating.
Reverse sear.
Reverse sear. That's okay. All right.
So that's my method. I've been learning. I learned that on Sam the Cooking Guy.
Yeah.
Is on YouTube, and that was how he always cooked his steaks. And once I learned that, dude, you can mass produce steaks and never fucking burn them or go over temperature, and it fucking works so well. I don't know if you've ever done it.
When I see people grill steaks like over like really heavy fires and they just burn their meat,
Yeah.
like I'm like,
So see, with this, you can do that, but it doesn't burn it.
well, I mean, because you already got it cooked. You're not.
Yeah.
You already got the innards already. The inside, all you need is that, just that little bit. Not like try throwing cold like a non-baked steak.
Yeah.
Pre-cooked steak on there, like, and then it's garbage.
I go low, and it's low, like 275 heat on a wire grill, and I just salt and pepper, or season my steak on the outside, and then throw it in there for like 12 minutes, and then for rare it'd be like 85 degrees. You want to get up to just really low, and then all I do is I preheat my grill out there, and I get it like fucking 600, 700 degrees, like fucking hot.
Yeah.
Get clean and everything like that while I'm doing that, and then I can cook a whole sheet pan of steaks if I wanted to, and do whatever I want. They're in the fucking oven for 12 minutes. I can do whatever I want, and I don't have to watch them. And then 12 minutes or so, they're done. I pull them out, and all I have to do is just finish them 1 minute on each side on the grill, and it's done. And they come out crispy and perfect, and they're perfectly up to temperature. And I didn't have to watch them or fucking babysit them or anything.
Yeah.
And once I figure that out, because like I'm a big proponent of like the less is more of like what's the easiest way I can do this, but the most efficiently way. You know what I mean? Like so I can kind of enjoy the moment. Because like back in the day, I used to love like having people over and like, hey, I'll go cook for dinner for you guys and stuff like that, and hang out. Then it turned into like I never got to hang out because I'm fucking cooking and cleaning and doing all this shit, and then everybody's coming over to talk to me in the kitchen. I'm freaking out because I'm trying to fucking worry about this fucking dinner and shit. Just too many steps is what I was trying to say. So I was trying to figure out ways to simplify it.
Yep.
And when I was doing that kind of shit, it was just ways of doing it. And once I figured out that method, it was like, man, this is so much easier to cook steak. And it's perfect every time, and it fucking tastes perfect and juicy, and just now I'm hungry for steak.
Yes.
We're getting high, and I'm fucking getting hungry.
I'll take a pool.
Yeah.
I can get on that.
We start talking about weed.
Oh, man, let's talk about weed. Start talking weed and steak.
Yeah.
This time the stakes are even higher.
No, I'm like, so then I got my air fryer. So like, fucking, dude, I love my air fryer. That fucking thing is a game changer. I think in the last like 5 years or whatever, since air fryers became more common, that fucking thing. I don't know if you have one.
What's that?
An air fryer?
I wish I had an air fryer.
Dude, go to Walmart. I can't stress this enough. Spend like $100. Go to Walmart. I have that one underneath my microwave, and it's a 3-tiered like a tray one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a air fryer, dehydrator, broiler, anything you want to throw at it, just all in one box. They're like $100 now. But I can throw in 2-day-old pizza or McDonald's French fries or anything like that, and in 5 minutes they taste brand new. Like you can reheat French fries and they taste like they're fucking crispy again. So no more soggy French fries when you heat them up the next day.
Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope, Jared.
But like 90% of my
Jared, you
cooking
can't.
now is I throw my tater tots or my fucking French fries or whatever I want for a side, just throw them in the air fryer, and then I go grill, and then they're done and they're perfect.
You know, like when Hawkeye told Black Widow,
Don't give me hope.
Don't give me hope.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't give me some sort of hope to look forward to, like for an air fryer. I can't have those kind of things in my life.
Right after he butchered everybody with
I
fucking
know,
Ronin sword.
yeah. I mean that.
They did. Man, can I just say, thank good. Okay, how'd you feel about the Hawkeye show? Did you watch it?
Yes, I liked it. I mean,
liked it.
I liked certain parts of it, and there's some parts.
It was
like,
a B+ show to me. It was a good B+ show. Well, I mean, I honestly think a lot of Phase 4 has been kind of like just okay. It's been good, but it hasn't been fantastic in my opinion.
Endgame was the pinnacle.
It was.
For me personally. Like
I would say the good encore was Spider-Man No Way Home. Like that was good too, in my opinion. That was a good encore teaser.
Have you seen Guardians yet?
Not 3. No.
Okay, I haven't seen that yet because the only 2 Marvel characters I really like is Captain America and Rocket.
Okay.
The raccoon, and everyone else is just because like Captain America is like a pure soul. Like he was a tiny person who got beat up, you know, given an opportunity to protect others, not kill others, but protect who can't defend themselves. So he has that moral empathy.
You want to know my my favorite?
And Rocket's just an asshole.
I love Rocket.
And Rocket's just Rocket.
Bradley Cooper plays him perfectly.
Yes.
You want to know my favorite Captain America scene in all the movies?
What's that?
And it's probably going to be the weird. You'll never see it coming, but it means so much to me. I don't know. To me, it completely signifies or embodies who Captain America is. It's an end game, but it's early on when he's in the fucking what's it called, the
therapy session.
The therapy session. That's what I'm talking about. And he's sitting there hosting the therapy session that Sam used to do, basically, or the grief session, basically. Yeah. But you know, Sam taught him about those things, and then it's the guy next to him who's coincidentally the director of the show, of the movie, is talking about how he met a new guy and he's having it's a gay couple. And they're talking the story, and he's just like, "It's great that you're finding happiness and peace." Like he just accepts it right away, and it's like, this is a dude from the 30s that's in a fucking therapy session, hosting a therapy session, and he's like counseling this guy grieving over his lost gay, and finding new gay love. Yeah, and I'm like, that's fucking Captain America right there. The dude that's just fucking like, I'm here for everybody.
Yes,
like you know what I mean, like
for America.
Yeah,
all Americans have the right to express themselves. Yeah. Regardless if you don't agree with it or not.
I think Captain America should always express hope.
Yes, that's what he is. He's a symbol. He's a symbol of what we could possibly be.
Exactly.
When we have good American moral fiber. Or just good moral fiber.
Well, I mean, what's the American dream? If not for hope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we should hope for an American
dream.
That's some inspirational. We got deep here.
That's what sold us on the Obama campaign was hope.
Yeah.
Like
and
maybe,
that bomb poster. That poster, whoever designed that poster with the red, white, and blue and the hope, like that is a fucking.
That's like I iconic, like Ike.
Yeah,
it's like it's up to that. Like man,
yeah, or the swastika.
Now, all right, let's break down the swastika because
I don't know if we really want to break down.
No, because you know what, we got to get the one thing straight.
Here on UnloadingMeat, the top 5 swastikas.
We have to re-educate the public on what the swastika was before the Nazis.
Yeah, but it's been claimed.
What?
It's been claimed.
Man, I think
we can't take it back.
It wasn't claimed, it was appropriated. Because you know what? Native Americans had that symbol. It was the 45th Infantry of the Oklahoma 45th Infantry. That was their original Thunderbird. It wasn't the swastika, it's the peace symbol. It's the symbol of peace. So really, like, Hitler liked ours and some other cultures' style, bit off of it, appropriated the swastika, perversed it, and made it backwards.
Yeah.
That's what...
I mean, he sucked at art.
Yep.
We know this. He fucking just basically...
Of course. It's all a rude... because he's mad about his art not being terrible.
Just imagine if he was alive today. Well, I hope not. And he just had...
if it was
all he needed was an AI generator, and he would have fucking been good.
oh, Hitler, man. You know, well, I hope.
That's the proudest part I have about my shitty jeans is like, I don't know if you noticed, like I'm trying to grow my beard back out. I shaved it in between seasons. I wanted a fresh start, you know. In between seasons, I was like, man, I wanted to fucking new face and everything. I just shaved everything.
Yeah.
But I can't grow right here because of my, I don't know, my genetics or whatever. I just can't grow right here. So, like, I just can never grow the Hitler.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of proud of that. Like, that's the one spot I'll never fucking be able to call. Like,
No, Charlie.
you're never gonna see a hidden like Halloween picture 20 years from now. It's like, hey, he dressed up as Hitler one day. Nope.
One day he was Charlie Chaplin and didn't.
It's not like I'm
So no Chaplin then.
No,
you
no
couldn't...
Chaplin. I'm never gonna be like Justin Trudeau and do the blackface.
I probably will get in trouble for, it's going to come out. It's been in my Facebook profile too. I went as an Orthodox man, an Orthodox Jewish man for Halloween. I had the curls and the hat, and I had the suit and everything. I had gold chains on, and I was Jew chains. I was like, man, that was my rapper name because at the time. I knew there was probably some Jewish guy out there in an Indian outfit. So we just kind of canceled each other out. Like, tried it out. Like, I was like, Jew chains. And, like, my cousin was a piece of bacon. And then, like, together, Jew chains and bacon was a crime-fighting duo. And, like, at first we didn't get along with each other because it just wasn't kosher.
Oh,
and then, like,
I was working out the kosher jokes
in my
head.
I already had the kosher. Like, I said, something about you, bacon, I don't like. Jew chains, same here. It was like almost like Riggs and Murtaugh at the beginning of Lethal Weapon.
I'm too crispy for this shit.
Yeah. Too crispy, like an old dried up bacon.
Speaking of Murtaugh, I've been posting lately my adventures in Tinder and my misadventures in Tinder, trying to date again.
Yeah.
It's not been going well. I've been trying to work on a couple of them to work on some bits, but like one of them, this chick had a picture of her and Danny Glover, from Lethal Weapon, and I knew who it was. So,
or the color purple. She likes. Yeah. She likes it rough.
Ooh, fuck. Fuck. Oh my god. That's the clip.
Miss Seeley.
That's the clip.
Yeah.
No, well, like I was trying to like be all suave and cool. I was gonna be like comment on her, like, hey, I was gonna comment on her Danny Glover poster or picture. So I go to post on it, and then I send it, and then I realized that it autocorrected to Donald Glover. So then I was like, nah, I meant Danny. The guy from Lethal Weapon. And I meant to say, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
But I said, I'm too tired for this shit. And then I sent the GIF. And then it showed.
I ain't putting up with your shit.
It said the right thing. And then I'm already digging myself a grave. And I was like, no, Danny Glover, not Donald Glover. I'm not saying all black people look the same. Okay, goodbye. That was the conversation. I just kept digging my grave. Had another one. It's like, we were talking about movies. I was like, what's your favorite comedy movie? We'll do it on 3. 3, 2, 1. Schindler's List. Shit.
One time, my family, we rented Schindler's List, and the tape snapped. We rented the tape, and the tape snapped on us. Like, you would have thought this family, we all came together as some sort of family and got the glue, and we taped that fucking VHS perfect. We spliced it perfect. You wouldn't even known. It skipped previews.
Yeah.
But when you put in that Schindler's List, it went straight to the movie. Like, it... We freaked out because, like, back then we didn't want to pay for a goddamn. You had to pay.
Welcome
big bucks.
to the Lastleys, the home of the VHS Holocaust.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I remember watching Schindler's List, like when it first like came out on tape, and I was like, oh my god, this is
dark.
This is dark. Like, except for that girl who wore just a red dress. That was pretty crazy. Like, I can't. Did
they make you watch that in high school?
No, they made me watch it at home.
Oh.
I watched it at home with my folks. Steven Spielberg.
They made us watch that, and we watched the Diary of Anne Frank, and then like the concentration camp. They're like, now you're gonna see boobs, but don't be giddy, or like, this is a sad part. And all the teenage boys were like, titties. Anyway,
see, we when Romeo and Juliet came out
with Leo.
With Leo. We were in high school and we were covering Romeo and Juliet. And they're like, well, which version do you all want to watch? You want to watch the 70s version or do you want to watch the new Leo version? Well, I watched the 70s version and I saw titties. There was titties on that one. I was like, yo, guys, the 70s one got titties on it. So all the dudes voted for the 70s one. And we outnumbered the votes. Them sons of bitches showed us that 70s version. They edited. They cut them titties out. And everybody like looked at me and go, Isaiah, where the titties at? And I was like, hey, man, when I watched it, they had it. Like, I don't know about this edited bullshit y'all try to pull off here. So, yeah, they got mad at me. We could have watched the Leo version. Like, pfft. All right, you're right. John Leguizamo was cool. The Prince of Cats.
No,
Montague.
We watched. Did you ever watch Much Ado About Nothing?
What you do about nothing?
It's another Shakespeare story, but it's a movie. It's got the most eclectic cast you'll ever see for like an late 80s, early 90s movie.
Oh, really?
So it's a Shakespearean movie, and it has Denzel Washington in it.
What?
And they just go with it. Like, this is ahead of its time. Where
Well,
they
they
just
played
like,
Macbeth like just recently.
but you know what I mean? Like, it's set
Yeah.
in Eastern Europe. It's in Eastern Europe, so you can imagine most of the cast would be white. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those things where, like, back in that day, that's kind of how it was cast and how everything was. And now it's more inclusive, where like we got to have everybody.
Yeah.
But, like, this was way ahead of time. Like, it has Keanu Reeves, Denzel Washington, and a whole bunch of other Michael Keaton's in it.
What?
It has this massive cast. Let me see.
Speaking of Keanu, while you're looking that up, how about Keanu Reeves' British accent in Bram Stoker's Dracula? Have you seen that?
Yes.
That is the best/worst British accent. I sometimes it comes in and out.
There's Denzel.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Much Ado About Nothing.
Keanu.
Whoa.
It's actually a funny movie.
Yeah. Is it like Taming the Shrew?
Kind of. I mean, Shakespeare has some comedy in his shit, but like, this one's more of a real good comedy. And
Or as we like to call it, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Michael Keaton is just a fucking dumbass in there.
Oh.
And then
Well.
there's like, you'll see, he like does this like fake horse. Like, you remember Monty Python on the Holy Grail, whenever they have the fucking, they're on horseback, and then there's a guy behind them with the like doing
Yeah,
the
where'd they get the coconuts?
Yes, that shit's kind of happening in this, but it's taken like it's serious.
Oh. Is this
It's a funny movie. I'd actually recommend watching that, but it's weird watching Keanu and all of them, like, they're talking and acting Shakespearean. I mean, it's a full Shakespearean play.
full Shakespearean dialogue?
Yeah,
Like a lot of these and thous.
and it's 90s Keanu with that fucking
Ooh.
that voice. Where art thou? You know,
I didn't drink the blood of the vampire.
pretty much.
They just sucked me down, but I didn't suck them down.
Yeah.
Shit, man, if I had them babes in my room like Bram Stoker's Dracula, I'd be joining. I couldn't have no. I like my lady vampires as much as the next guy. I just not. I can't have Dracula. I can't have dudes sucking on my neck.
Yeah.
No means no.
That's where I draw the line on
Nosferatu.
Grindr.
You know, no vampires. Now, next time you have Tinder, now in your head, every time you read a Tinder profile, read it in Stone Cold Steve Austin's voice.
What?
What? Got this girl. Like walks on the beach. I drink a lot. What? A party. What? Like,
That's pretty good.
I got a dog. I'm a dog mom. Fur mama. What? What? Yeah. I got 2 kids. What?
Well, see, most people I match with look like Stone Cold.
Oh, really? And they're both bashing beers and
You know, you go back and watch it and you realize that he only drank like a quarter of each one of those beers.
Well, yeah.
Most of it ended up on his face and his chest.
That's all. Still get the money.
Just like the dude's
How
mom.
did he catch all them beers? Like, he had the hands.
That guy, the guy that's one of the ringside announcers or the crew, it was a special guy that was like, he really was good. And like every time Stone Cold comes back, they bring that guy back and he's
What?
the one that throws the beers and he's perfect with it. Like they have a system
Well, the throws are perfect, but
Yeah.
the catches.
Yeah.
Stone Cold rarely drops a
No,
beer.
Yeah,
Like,
and if he drops, he doesn't drink
yeah,
it.
like, oh,
Yeah.
give me another one. Ah.
Yeah.
Like,
But that guy has always been like his personal thrower kind of thing. Yeah, he has. It's kind of like Snoop Dogg with his personal blunt roller.
okay. I grew up in a town called Pawhuska, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Just down the road here.
Yeah.
You know, when I was growing up, we found out that, Chief J. Strongbow from Pawhuska, Oklahoma. You know, some kids were told that Santa Claus wasn't real. I already knew that. But when people told me that Chief J. Strongbow was not from Pawhuska, Oklahoma. And then come to find out he wasn't even Indian. Italian dude, Joe Scarpa. Got away with being from Pawhuska. So most famous person from Pawhuska, Oklahoma isn't from Pawhuska, Oklahoma. It's sad.
Isn't that crazy back in the day when they're just like any Italian could look Native American or whatever?
Oh, it's the nose. It's the nose.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you got the Italian, almost like you can get away with it.
Yeah. Tulsa King season 3.
Tulsa.
Slide just goes full native.
Oh, adds braids.
Yeah.
When Stallone gets braids, whoa.
Fucking season 3, he fucking has a dream catcher hanging from his rearview mirror.
Oh yes, braids.
Hey yo.
Cowboy hat
Dude,
too.
his fucking hey yo stutter
Hey,
is
yo.
pretty close to.
Hey yo.
Anyway, no, I was gonna
Hey
say,
yo, Adrian.
you know, it's like back in the day they just cast anybody with a tan as any role they wanted, and like, you know, we thought we were away with that, but then John Cena turns up as fucking Dominic Toretto's long lost brother in Fast 9.
I thought Cena was part Italian. Isn't Cena an Italian name?
I don't know. I thought he's pretty white. Like he's pretty.
Pretty
Like,
fly
they,
for-
even, they even make a joke about it. I just watched Fast 9 again last night or 2 nights ago because I'm rewatching all of them to get up to Fast 10. I love those cheesy
Fast in Space.
Yes.
That once you go to space, where do you go? Where do you go from there?
The Pontiac Fiero.
I think it should be in Fast and Furious 12. Will Smith should be the bad guy, and it's called Fast and Furious 12. That dog in me. Like, yo, when that dog in me comes, it'll be the trailer. It'll be like widescreen shot when that dog in me.
He's just a villain.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
goes up to Dom and slaps him.
Yeah. And then like Will Smith. Will Smith's already a villain in the public eye.
Yeah.
Might as well start playing villain roles.
I'm just saying.
Just play up to it. Quit trying to be a hero because we all know you're not a hero.
I'm just saying if Dana White wasn't a pussy, he would fucking hire Will Smith for the Power Slap League.
You know what? I love. It's funny you mentioned the Power Slap League. Okay,
You know what I mean? He could be the mascot. Will Smith has a Power Slap. We all saw it at the Oscars.
I seen better slaps in Wild Wild West.
Oh.
Yeah, he did do a better punch in Wild Wild West than he did that because it looked like a stage performance. Like if you watch the MTV Music Awards, he had that same
The Wild
going
West.
straight to like the real Cisco. Yeah, Cisco punch. Like, But anyway.
Hashtag Cisco punch.
Yes, hashtag Cisco punch. Once upon a time in the West. But
that fucking silver hair.
oh yeah, we're talking about Slap League.
Yeah.
Okay, let's break it down. You know, when you fight
Concussions.
when people are fighting, you know,
We broke it down. Concussions.
Concussions. But let's break this down. You know, when most people fight, they have some sort of, I don't know, defense, bob weave, footwork.
Jolly
ho, move around. A good Donnybrook on the shore by the boatyard.
I do
where all
say.
crimes happen.
I do say. You have insulted my manners.
Yes. We go 127 rounds with just bare knucks. Okay, at least
better than 127 hours with fucking James Franco.
Let's eliminate everything, and we all just take turns slappy fighty. Like, just don't even, no blocks, no get out of the way. It's just slap the shit out of each other. And you remember when Dana White when he obviously had the promotional tour for the Slap League.
Oh,
New Year's Eve. I mean, that was a promotional stunt, wasn't it? That was to promote the slap league, wasn't it?
What? I don't
Dana
understand.
White.
I don't remember the story. I'm not big in the. What did he do? Slap somebody?
Yeah, he was doing a promotional tour with his wife
Oh, the domestic.
at the nightclub. They were showing how the slap league works promotionally for the clientele who are going to invest in the private room.
It's like when the NFL had that hidden cam footage in the elevator.
Yes, Ray Rice, man. I mean, how much money did that woman lose at the casino
Fuck.
to get Rice Patty?
Deck.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he knocked her into the future. So far in the future, she came back into the past as a ghost and looped her spirit. And then, like, went back into her body. Went, whoa.
Yeah.
After she got, man, that was terrible. That was terrible footage. I mean, Rice Patty to the ground.
Rice Patty. I can't
Yeah.
take to the Rice Patty.
Ray don't play. Ray, this
fucking,
Ray.
Fucking Ray.
Yeah, man. Ray Bands.
Ray turned into Ray real quick.
Ray Bands from the league. He couldn't play in the NFL for a while. That's how Ray Bands he was. Ray Bands Rice. Rice Patty Slappy.
Well, man, there's a certain point in the show where I always ask my own guests now, do you have any questions for me?
Okay. How long of a process is it to gather all of this? I mean, this obviously is this a lifetime pursuit?
It could have been had it not been for my parents' house fire.
Oh, no.
This episode of Unloading Meat is not brought to you by your favorite local dispensary who could be sponsoring this episode. Hey, local dispensaries, I love this bong, this cartridge and pin. Ooh, this new cartridge I haven't opened yet. What's that? What? This ad's for non-smoking? They don't want drug use in this ad? Oh. What was I saying? I'm high as fuck. Is that thing on? So, like, I was a collector growing up, and, like, I had the Star Wars lightsabers. I had, Harry Potter shit, and I had all the original Star Wars Millennium Falcon for Kenner and all that stuff, and Power Ranger Megazords and stuff like that. And then I moved out when I was, like, 18, and it still stayed mostly there. And then my parents had a house fire, and we lost everything.
Oh, man.
So I didn't collect for a long time, and then around the time, like, in between my first and second wife, we went to a vintage stock, and they had that Megazord up there, just the original OG one. And my wife was like, "Hey, you should get that. That's the one you never had when you were a kid." I was like, "Yeah, that's the one I missed."
Oh.
Because I started with the Thunder Megazord. Like I never got the original Megazord. I got the Thunder Megazord first. So we started it and started that obsession. And so then all that happened around 2018, 2019. And COVID hit, and I became a recluse and just started collecting really big. And this became my hobby, my passion. And then I started flipping figures to actually make a living. Like during COVID, I was selling figures to make the bills.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Because I figured out that, like, during COVID, nobody's going out, and there's a whole bunch of collectibles and stuff like that at our Targets and Walmarts. And on the coast, they're selling out. But around here, nobody's buying them. So I could go to a Target and get, like, 10 of each thing that are fucking rare, and I could just double the prices and flip them.
That's a hustle.
And
that's a good hustle.
That's what paid for
that's
this.
some John Cena. That's hustle, loyalty, respect.
So
yeah.
that paid the bills here until, like, honestly, I bring it, like, around October of last year is when I had to stop. It just basically because, like, I don't know, it was not really a recession, but, like, nobody was really buying stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, Hasbro raised their prices. Everybody raised their prices. And it's just not cost effective. I was making, like, $5 on a figure, and it's like, if that sometimes. You know what I mean? It's, like, not worth it.
So you have kids, right? I mean,
yeah, you have kids.
How do they have their own, or they like don't bother?
So
how do they? Wow.
So I have a 6-year-old and a 12-year-old, two girls.
Oh.
They're both know the nerdy stuff, and like my youngest, we just got done watching all the Harry Potters and stuff like that. She loves Star Wars and stuff too. But it's more of a thing like she knows in this area is like my work, and like she's just never bothered it.
Yeah.
And she has her own toys and stuff like that, and she's fascinated by it. And, like, they help me set stuff up when it falls down sometimes, and like. We'll get stuff out like, hey, let's have Transformers, and like I'll show her how to transform and stuff like that. And like she's fascinated by it, but she knows respect and stuff like that. She doesn't mess with them too much.
Dad's work area.
Yeah.
It's work. And that's cool that they respect that.
It's just, you try to teach your kids boundaries. Like, it's just all,
I'm not your friend. I'm your parent.
Yeah.
That's how. I mean, that's how most people.
Yeah.
That's how.
And also, like, my kids, maybe it just comes from a place of, like, not, like, I don't want to say I'm poor, but, like, I'm frugal with my money and stuff like that. Like, times are tough right now. We're trying to make it as comedians and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
My kids have just been always taught, like, you don't get everything when you walk into a fucking store. Just because we're at a store, we don't get fucking, all the fucking Barbies and stuff you want. And, like, I don't know, they just have a respect for that kind of stuff. Like, they value what they have. They value what I have. So, like, when they see that all this stuff, even my 6-year-old's like, she kind of gets that it's expensive, or it's, there's money behind it, or, there's just something about it, there's value behind it. So she doesn't mess with it. She just doesn't, I don't know, she already gets it. And it's just something I'm trying to instill in my kids of, like, respect other people's stuff, respect what's not yours, and, just go from there. Teach them good boundaries, and you don't really have to fuck with them too hard.
Exactly, man. You got to, and you also got to trust kids that they're going to make right decisions.
Yeah,
you have to, like, and if not, you got to learn to fuck up. I mean, when you fuck up,
yeah.
I mean, I hate to say that, but everybody fucks up.
Yeah,
and that's what's the beauty part of it.
Yeah,
that's why they put erasers on pencils. Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I look at it too as like, if you are the kind of parent that is always like, don't do this, you can't do this thing, what's the thing they're gonna do? They're gonna eventually rebel and do that exact thing.
Exactly.
They're gonna go against what the thing they're told not to do.
Psychology.
Yeah. So if I just say like, hey, when we have more of just an embraced approach, or like logical approach to everything, there's no reason for that. You know what I mean? You're not building up a thing to go against or rebel against because they just no respect.
Yeah.
And, I respect them too. It's just one of those things you treat your kids with respect too.
Okay, I have another question for
you.
Yeah. Okay, in a best case scenario, stars align, Jared Ralphie Allen got a HBO or a Netflix comedy special. Where would you have it at?
Where would I shoot it at?
Where would you shoot it at? Like what? Like any kind of theater that you have in particular, or
like bucket list theaters, or just something like for my first one? Like,
you know what? Let's go bucket.
Okay.
You know what? Before you die, what capacity? What arena or whatever?
I mean, doesn't everybody have to say Madison Square Garden?
The
Garden. Although I would. So this is maybe a weird take. I'm big into wrestling.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
Are you a wrestling fan?
Oh.
So you saw you're actually literally behind us AEW display.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, that's a whole other.
But professional wrestling. Yeah.
Oh yes.
But this is kind of inside baseball, but I like to take my comedy career the same way people do independent wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of similarities between stand-up and independent wrestling.
Getting over, brother.
But not only that, but like these guys are going to town, maybe for $20.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing their craft, and they're just trying to get the tapes and the clips, and just trying to get their name out there around town to where they get booked to the next event, and eventually that leads to them possibly getting signed somewhere, or getting a special, or something that makes them a breakout hit. And I follow a lot of professional wrestlers vlogs and stuff like that. Like, I'm really into professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
The similarities between that and stand-up are outstandingly similar between the two things. Just we don't put our bodies on the line so much.
Yeah, it's all on the stick.
Yeah.
It's all on the stick.
Yeah. But, like, you can watch a lot of wrestling promos and get great stage presence for your stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a heel promo is the same thing we do for 5 minutes on the stage.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I think about it is.
Yeah. So do you watch pro wrestling?
I do religiously.
What is it, WWE, AEW?
I'll watch it all. I'll watch it all from old territories.
So
like,
I'm sure you know who MJF is.
Yes.
That dude is so fucking inspiring to me. Like, that dude's 24.
Yeah.
And he does wrestling promos or just conversation pieces that are years ahead of him. Like, he could compete with The Rock, Ric Flair, anybody on the mic. I don't think anybody could even hold a candle to this kid, and he's just now getting started. And I don't know, there's something very inspiring about that. Plus, like, He's always in character. He's the only guy I know that's 24/7 in character as a wrestling character still this day, like the old territory days.
Kayfabe is real.
Kayfabe is real.
Kayfabe is real.
Dude, he flipped off a handicapped kid at a signing. Like, that's just how he's always a heel. He's a dick to everybody. Like, he's always in character.
See, you know what? That handicapped kid will probably like him more.
That's it.
Because
yes. It's a moment.
It's a moment, and when you include everybody in on the gag, and if you treat everybody, if you flip off everybody equally, nobody could be offended.
Yeah, it's the South Park philosophy.
Yeah, it's like, if everybody is involved in on the joke, like, it's no holds bars. That's what makes comedy beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, working in the group home stuff and for years and working with adults and stuff, like the humor, they love to be involved. They loved to be included in all the jokes. They just want to belong.
Yeah.
They just want to be a part of it, inclusive, included in with everybody else.
Yeah.
And not treated. When I saw like adult or staff treating adults like children, or they called them the boys, or I was like, man, these are grown men.
Yeah.
You call them gentlemen.
Yeah.
Because if you call them gentlemen, they'll live up to being a gentleman.
Yeah.
If you call someone a boy, they'll only live up to whatever you're called.
Yeah. The expectations. Or
The
whatever
expectations.
You're putting a ceiling on them.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, so include everybody.
Yeah.
Fuck you, kid. You little shit. I ain't signing nothing. I got flipped off by MJF. Did you see that? Yeah, I saw it.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, like when he cuts a fucking 5-minute heel promo and like has the energy and stuff like that of the crowd, and he has them on every single word, that's inspiring to me. Of like, that's how I should write my stand up. Like, honestly, like, so the two things when I do stand up, when I go up on stage, I always remind myself, A, have fun. Because if I have fun, they're going to see it in my performance.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm having fun and laughing and stuff like that, it's going to be infectious. And then the second thing is take them on a roller coaster ride of energy. Know when you're going low, know when you're going high, and try to take them on a roller coaster ride. Because if you drop them and you didn't mean to drop them, you're not getting them back sometimes.
Yep.
But if you meant to do it and you have a punch right after it, you got it right back, and it made it worth it. Like, I try to look like a roller coaster ride. And so I try to keep those two things in my mind at all times when I'm on stage.
Like insult comics, like Don Rickles and shit. Like, it was almost like, oh my God, it's an honor to be.
Yeah.
When you get someone, when Don Rickles would rag on you, say, hey, look at you. Like, why don't you go hide out?
I want to get to that level.
Not bother anybody. Like, oh my God, Don Rickles.
Yeah. I want to, so like, I'm sure you've seen, I've done the roast and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to get my comedy to more crowd working and roasting.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it's very controversial sometimes with, roasting certain crowd members and stuff like that. You got to be careful. But at the same time, my idea is if you're in a comedy club, you're in a comedy club.
You're in the comedy club.
Yeah. I don't know. That's like, I'm pretty spontaneous. You've seen it in the conversation. I just, you know who Mark Norman is? He's a comedian. I'm riffing everywhere now. We're really high.
Go ahead, man.
Mark Norman's...
That's the premise of my show, of Toke Signals. We go everywhere.
Well, like, Mark Norman's a guest on Joe Rogan a lot, and, like, he's a famous comedian, but he's very famous for, like, just... He's so spontaneous, like, you can't shut him up because, like, as soon as somebody says something, he has a zinger, and a zinger, and a zinger, and a zinger. And that's kind of how my mind's firing a lot, is, like, as soon as somebody says something, bam, I have something for it. And when I get really high, I can't shut up.
Yeah.
Which is why I record. So I kind of want to get to that level. I try to smoke a lot before I get on stage, and I just want to start like crowd working and walking around and just having fun with people more, and not being so static.
I play little games. I play like don't touch the mic. Like I play a game where I just use the mic. Just go where it is, and like it's like a little Xbox achievement points in my brain.
Yeah, if
I could do that, if I can accomplish those little. It's a little game within the game that I try to play. So like I understand like stand up is it's an ongoing art form.
Yeah.
And I don't, I'm only in it for a couple of months, and I don't expect to be riveting.
Yeah.
I expect to throw things out there, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'm going to keep doing it anyway until you like it.
Yeah. And
I'm
like,
not gonna change. I'm gonna change you.
and like, man, like, I'm only a few months into this too. Like, I started in January. By the time we record this, it's what, May? We're almost June. So 5 months ish. I've kind of been in this full time, and already I've had to take some breaks. Already I've had to take some, like, just some mental breaks from just shit that's happening in the scene. Because there's some toxic shit that you bounce into, and sometimes it affects you, and real life gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah.
It's gonna take breaks, but like I've also noticed lately, there's been a lot of us in this scene that have had to take some breaks because of some shit that's going on in the scene. It's just things that happen in scenes. There's ebbs and flows.
It's me. It's more of a car issue. Like I don't like I don't like driving to Tulsa.
Yeah.
I live. I live out in Fairbanks.
You can relate because I'm in Bartlesville.
I mean, yeah. It's like, oh man, I wish I was just. There was just some, but that's just the price you got. The miles and you just got to put in the miles.
So this is the way I look at it, and
Marlboro.
this is being fully real right now, just completely bare and everything like that. So before I launched this, I paid off my car, paid off my house, got a divorce and everything like that. So when I said I'm going to do this full force in 2023, it's because I paid off most of my stuff, and it's like why not? You know what I mean? Like I have no choice but to just push this forward. And then right when COVID happened, I kind of had like a mental breakdown when I lost my job. And, I just went off the deep end, and, COVID changed me pretty drastically. And I came out on the other side where, like, I have 2 kids, I have split custody, and due to, like, the days and the times that I have them, 3 to 5 days a week, every other week, I always have to get them to school at 8 o'clock and pick them up at 3 o'clock. And then you have kids?
No, I don't.
Okay. So, post-COVID, I don't know if you know this, because our schools are so underfunded, in Oklahoma, there's lots of days randomly where they're like, hey, you're just not going to have school on Friday because we're going to have an in-school day or a homeschool day.
Yeah.
And so you're just expected to have your kid come home with a Chromebook, and you're just going to have to they're going to be at school at your house today because they don't have money to pay for the teachers. So randomly, if you had a full-time job, every month or every other month, you just got to take off random Fridays and have your kids at home. So trying to find a job around that schedule has been a fucking nightmare, to the point where, like, mostly for my bills, I just DoorDash. Like, I've DoorDashed lately, and, like, even last night, I DoorDashed till 3 a.m. after we left the club. And then I paid the bills, paid the gas, stuff like that, then came home. Like, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay. You funny you say DoorDash and stuff, because I had a DoorDash one time after it was like when last January, January 2022.
Yeah.
I was doing DoorDash, and I was trying to do comedy, and then I do DoorDash afterwards.
Yeah.
The first time I did it, I was doing deliveries up in like North Tulsa.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever delivered like the DoorDash, only thing I could equate to was like, I wonder what this is what hookers feel like the first time they have a John. Like it's like it was over with before I knew it. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm scared. I'm going up to a complete stranger's house, dropping off chicken wings,
and then you
at like 2:30 in the morning from Wingstop.
Yeah,
like what's gonna happen? I don't know. But then when I handed out wings, that girl, she was a big girl. She was a big. I mean, she looked like somebody ordering wings at 2:30 at night too. And she just grabbed the wings and she looked at me. She went, I was like, ooh, like, what? Is this what it's like? Is this what the DoorDash life is about?
Yeah.
And so and so like going into some sketchy places, like take a pic. Like sometimes I dropped off food at an apartment. It's like click and like I'm out of here because
I've been there.
I don't want to get rolled.
Well,
I don't want to get rolled for dropping off some.
Well, my thing is like, lately if you get really late and they're really hurting for like people, they started doing hourly rates.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so like there's sometimes where I can get like $14 an hour.
What?
And it only counts when you're on a delivery or waiting to pick up the food or on the way to them. So like if you're just waiting for an order, you don't get it. So what I do, and this is probably really bad, but it worked and it's a fun thing. So late at night, the only things that are open are like Taco Bell or McDonald's, and they're long fucking lines in the drive-thru. So if I get one of those orders and it's like, hey, you're gonna make $14 an hour as long as you're on an order, I just park at that McDonald's and I'm on my YouTube and I'm just fucking trying out my jokes and I'm just like, well, I want to be on this line for 30 minutes. I'm just going to say, hey, I'm here for 45 minutes.
There you go.
And then I just fucking get the hourly rate and like I just rack it up and you get the hourly rate plus tips.
Oh.
So like I could get a McDonald's order and make $17 and I pay for my gas to the Hunt Club. You know what I mean? And so that's what I've been trying to do is just kind of rationalize like that. And my goal is to get this podcast sponsored by the end of the year by at least 1 or 2 sponsors to where I can be full-time in the comedy and stop door dashing.
Like unloading meat. Like who would you who do you think who would be a perspective?
I'm looking at dispensaries. I would
Yeah.
love a dispensary.
Why a butcher house?
Butcher House is it Huska or?
I'm just saying, like, aren't there like butcher shops?
So I'll tell you. So this will be cut. Oh, because you're unloading meat.
Yeah, because I mean, you do have a meat.
So I'll this will be cut. It's cut every episode. I'll tell you what unloading meat means.
See, now after we did the Deco Lounge,
Yeah,
we got my first professional
shout out to Michael Patton.
Shout out to Michael Patton.
Hey, we were both on the Fresh Faces
Yes.
together.
Yeah,
man,
we were, and I got to see Sergeant Slaughter at the pay window, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I got my envelope
Yeah.
and blew it all that night. The gay bar,
Yeah.
the Majestic, went there.
Don't remind me of the Majestic
Yeah,
that night. You
yeah.
remember what happened to me, right?
What?
Remember I didn't get to go in?
What? Oh, that's right.
I got
That's right.
right as we're leaving that one bar. What was the bar across the
Kaz's.
street? Kaz's. Right as we're leaving across the street, there was that one blonde lady with the black eye that was like, "Hey, I need to get a burger," and I was like, "Okay." And so I was like, I need to eat. I'm really high and drunk. So I just went around the corner and I was like, okay, I'll get get a burger with you real quick. And it's like, can you give me a ride home? I'm like, sure. So I gave her a ride home. And then when I came back to the Majestic after like 20 minutes, they were like, yeah, we're not letting anybody in. We're getting it closed. I'm like, oh,
damn
cool.
it.
I'm just going to sit out here and text you guys.
Ah.
So that's
Well,
what my night was like.
I went in there and, I blew all my money.
By the way, I just want to say, just because she was the blonde lady with a black eye doesn't mean that she was like I was trying to hit that. I'm just saying I was being nice.
Yeah, you would want to help a lady with a black eye. Like, obviously, she probably.
It's like David
She
Tell used
only
to
had
say.
to be told once.
It's like David Tell used to say, great. I knew she didn't listen.
She listens.
Yeah.
She only had to be told once. That's, or else she would have. Oh, that's terrible. But anyway, we went there, and the most disappointing part about being at the Majestic, I did not get one.
Nobody hit on you?
No. I didn't get any. Well, I got hit on by women, but that's it's everywhere.
You didn't go in with enough glitter.
I guess so. I mean, mind you, I'm straight.
Yeah.
I like the ladies, but you know what? I wouldn't mind a compliment or two.
Yeah.
I mean, at the height of the Bud Light craze, I even had a Bud Light in my hand. I was like, nothing. And they're like, nope. Like, no.
It's like, I mean, it's kind of like I put out the clip for my gay roommate story.
Yeah.
Check out that clip right now if you can, guys. Yeah, get those fucking views. But anyway, during that part of it, I talk about how like I call my gay roommate because the first time I met him and I was getting ready to be his roommate and move in, we went to Wendy's in the drive-thru and he was like, "Hey, just letting you know, I'm gay, but I'm not interested in you." And I'm like, "Well, now I'm just fucking hurt. Like, why'd you have to put it like that? Like, fuck."
One time I had a group home. I worked in group homes and stuff. I had a client. He made a top 10 list of all the staff he would like to get with. And the list was discovered and everything. And everybody knew. And so I saw the list and I went up to the client and I was like, "Hey, man, I saw the list." He's like, "Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about it." I go, "Yeah, I got one question, though. How come I'm not on it?" What? I was like, "Yeah, you made all the lists of all these guys. I'm not even a top 10. What's up with that?" Like, I was like, "Yeah. Is there something wrong with me?" He's like, "Isaiah, you're just too fat." I was like, "I respect that."
Dude, are you talking to my ex-wife? Fuck.
But yeah, he was totally into the skinnies,
Yeah.
skinny dudes. I just wasn't. I didn't make the top 10.
Yeah.
Now top 20, maybe.
Yeah.
But top 10, no, didn't make it. Didn't make the cut. Well, I guess I'll bring a little bit of history of toke signals.
Go ahead, man. Let's talk about it.
Man, that's been my post-divorce, life.
Okay.
Was me and my buddy Josh Clark, the Reverend Josh Clark, the preacher. Because we
Shout out
were
Judge
originally Preacher in we were Preacher in the Creature.
Okay.
Like, because he just got ordained on the internet, and I'm just a creature. It just rhymed with Preacher, and
Yeah.
it sounded good. And we hung out, and we both like marijuana. And we used to record ourselves drinking margaritas, like back in 2005. And it was like almost like that again. Like that, we were just doing podcasts.
Yeah.
Before people were having podcasts. We just recorded on a tape. He'd play a guitar and stuff, and we'd have midnight margarita madness. We had a party all planned out. Nobody showed up. so we just drank margaritas and got drunk and made burn tapes. That's what we called them. We weren't podcasts. It was just burn tapes.
Yeah.
So now we use the app, the internet now, technology.
Yeah.
So far we've been doing this for 2.5 years now. November of 2020 is when we began.
Congrats, man.
And let's see here. Won an award. Man, we've been on Reservation Dogs. They let us on there. Shout out to Sierra Rivas, and the art department out on Reservation Dogs. They can do no wrong in my eyes, because they're the ones who really got us on, and so, man, I appreciate.
So it's so great that we're bonding over this kind of shit, because do you know what Tiger Belly is?
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Lee. During COVID, that's really what got me through a lot of shit, was Bobby Lee and stuff. And I relate to Bobby Lee a lot because of my sexual assault and bass and stuff like that, and going to comedy after that and dealing with the trauma and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can relate to him a lot on that kind of stuff. But he had Sterling Harjo on Tiger Belly as a guest once.
Yeah.
And I had kind of heard vaguely about Reservation Dogs, but I never watched it. Just being honest.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right when season 1 had just ended or whatever, around that time. I think he was going on to promote season 2 coming out. And I found out all about him, and I was like, dude, he's from Tulsa area, and basically just learned all about Sterling Harjo and where he grew up and all this stuff. And then found out Bobby Lee was on that show, and I was like, wait, Bobby Lee's in Tulsa filming a show?
Yeah.
One of my fucking comedy idols is fucking doing a show here? And so I was like, that's fucking small world. And then last year, I went out to an open mic the first time in 15 years. And I was just going to see if I could try to fucking do it again. And Katie Styles is hosting. Shout out to Katie Styles.
Oh, man, she's hilarious.
Yeah, very fucking funny.
If I was booking, I'd book her.
So
all you guys out there, book her. Book Katie.
But she had it up there, and I was nervous, and I was trying to see if somebody would record my set, I didn't have a tripod. C.R. Parsons was in the audience. He was signing up. You don't know if you know who C.R. Parsons is.
I've heard of that name. I've seen him on flyers. I've not seen him.
He's been in the scene for a while. Long gray beard and stuff. I actually booked him. He'll be on here next month.
Nice.
But he's been an extra in Reservation Dogs and Tulsa King, and season 2 when they go out and they see that cult in the fucking forest, and it's the naked old man.
Oh yeah.
He's out there, and you see him in a white beard and white long hair. He's one of the extras out there.
Yes.
So the first time I go to try to do stand-up comedy in the 15 years after watching the Reservation Dogs podcast episode of Bobby Lee and Tiger Belly, I meet a guy who's an extra on Reservation Dogs, and he actually was like, hey, your camera fell down. I actually held it up for you the rest of your performance, and I shot it for you. He didn't have to do that. It was a complete stranger. But he went out of his way to help another comic, record their set. And I was just like, this is fucking kismet already, of this small town kind of things.
Well, a lot of us, think about a lot of comedians and stuff. We all aren't from Tulsa, but a lot of us are from outside of Tulsa.
Yeah, Tulsa's the hub.
We grew up, we grew up in small towns. We're taught small town values.
Yeah.
We're, a lot of people taught to be polite,
yeah.
Gratitude and that's what adds to the element of the comedy.
Yeah.
Is that we're so
that wholesomeness or that
wholesome and politeness.
Yeah.
I don't like to rag people, but I don't mean it in any maliciousness. It's all fun in there.
You could tell that there's a underlying honesty to our stuff, or just the way we generally talk and carry ourselves, kind of thing in this area. What was I getting? But well, then I found out that Bobby Lee in his spare time when he was running these, he's taking fucking e-scooters down fucking downtown Tulsa and just riding around. Yeah, lime scooters. He's just riding those around town and stuff like that. I was like, Bobby Lee is one of my heroes, and he's filming a show 40 miles from me. I gotta push to get in this fucking scene. Like, and they were saying like he goes to random fucking stand-up clubs and stuff like that. I'm like, I gotta make this happen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna push for this because, like, honestly, I have a few. I'm sure you guys have on Toke Signals some bucket list guests. Like you'd love.
We do. Nina Hartley.
Nina Hartley.
That's what we're pushing for. We want Nina Hartley on our
Nice.
Yeah.
So Nina Hartley.
Nina Hartley.
Get on Toke Signals.
Oh yeah. Oh Nina.
Well,
like a sex machine.
My two.
Mama Nina.
My two are Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
I really want to have a talk with Bobby Lee sometime. And Kevin Smith.
That's a good one.
Kevin Smith is one of the one here. If I had a third, it would have been Jason David Frank, but he died. It's one of my biggest regrets is during COVID. He came to Tulsa.
Amy Jo Johnson.
I love Amy Jo.
Would you get Amy Jo Johnson on here? That would be
any Power Ranger I would love.
Oh,
Amy Jo Johnson was one of my first crushes.
Oh yeah.
Kimberly.
I think everybody. Yeah.
Kimberly from the Power Rangers guys.
Yeah. It's the backflip in the opening credits. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom on the.
She's actually a pretty successful director now.
Oh really?
Yeah, she retired from acting or something like a year or two ago, and she's behind the scenes now as a director and like doing episodes of TV and stuff like that now.
Let's see. Oh yeah, on Toke Signals, we done a sizzle reel, like an action sizzle trailer. Yeah. We did that with a couple of people down in Jinx at an airport hangar, and when we went down there, they were like, "Did you guys bring your weapons?" I was like, "We were supposed to bring weapons." Like everybody had like guns and like we were, like they go, "All right, when you come in," like I had to pick up a shotgun and act like I was shooting somebody. And so, like, when I came in the scene, I picked up the shotgun.
Sounds like my niece's graduation photos.
Yeah. And I was I didn't feel like I had to point. If I pointed a gun at somebody and I wasn't shooting, that's stupid. But if I act like the gun was jammed, I was like, I couldn't pump the pump action shotgun, like, and then they shot me. I fell and slid. I took a slide.
Nice.
Like, I was like, man, I'll take a fall. Man, I stumbled into a conservative wormhole or like rabbit hole. I was like, man, I just watched one video. All of a sudden, like this like red pill and all this shit. I was like, dang, I just clicked one short and now I'm bombarded with like people dating, like people aren't dating anymore. It's like, I don't care.
It's like when
you don't need to be dating if you don't want.
It's like when you accidentally click on one wrong item on Instagram and all of a sudden it's popped up in everywhere your feed, or you search for one thing on Google and it's everywhere.
Well, on Facebook, though, the Reels, I clicked on one tiny midget woman, and I haven't looked back since. I keep saying, hey, man, 4'1".
You know, the funny thing about her is she always had to look up.
Yep, exactly.
You look back, she looked up.
I looked down on her.
Oh.
I mean, no. I mean, in a
and she went up on you.
Yeah. Just monkey branching, hypergamous. But yeah, I found out a loop, like it's got to be 4'1", and
that's your kink.
5'11".
Oh, okay.
Talls and smalls, like nothing. If you're like anything in between that, I'm not even fucking interested. So if you're like 5'11" to 4'1", I don't even want to fucking talk to you. Get out of my fucking face.
It's like, what's that store in Tulsa that like that has like big people clothing? It's like an outlet. It's like tops and bottoms.
Yep.
And like. Tops and bottoms.
Tops and bottoms. Talls and smalls. Yeah. Tails and smells.
I'm just saying, like,
that's how I'm rolling.
Tops and bottoms means something completely different.
Well, okay. Tops up, bottoms down. Because I don't trust motherfuckers that only wear T-shirts and then have no bottoms. Like, who goes top first? And I'm a guy who puts on bottom. I put on shorts first.
You don't want to Winnie the Pooh it?
I don't want to wear. I ain't Porky the Piggin, Winnie the Poohin'. I'm not going to sit there with just why you're covering up the wrong thing. You're covering up your titties. Why you got to cover up your
oh, bother.
Oh, yeah.
Piglet. Oh, that's all I can do.
I call it my Tigger. It's got a spring.
Be very careful how you pronounce that word on YouTube.
Spring loaded, though. I get happy when the blue chew kicks in. Speaking of blue, I heard there's another Isaiah coming up.
There is.
Isaiah Blue.
Isaiah Blue. Shout out to Isaiah Blue.
Shout out, man.
So, you want to know the fucked up thing?
What's that?
He was already in. If you look up there, he signed.
Oh, really?
He was already here. I think he's up on my forehead or something like that. He did an hour-and-a-half podcast like 2 weeks ago, and the
Yeah.
audio didn't record.
Oh, damage.
It had it was the same day as Josh Wolf.
Oh, did his record?
Yes.
Okay,
So
well, that's what matters.
so-
No, I'm just kidding, Isaiah. It's cool.
So I had Isaiah Blues set up like a month in advance, and
Yeah.
then like 2 days before that, I got the offer to have Josh Wolf come in the studio. So I was like, hey, I can have him come in that morning, and we'll rearrange and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I had to rearrange that in this entire studio to shoot it as just the couch only. You know, it was the first time where like the main's not on this table. You know what I mean? I'm just fully shooting the couch. So I moved all the cameras around. All the stuff was redesigned to accommodate Josh and his son. And then like an hour and a half later, I have Isaiah coming in. So I had to move it all the way around. And I guess in between that, something got unhooked, and this just was not plugged into the PC. So it didn't capture any of the audio. It's a fucking silent film. And
You could dub it.
I could.
You guys could dub it
So I've wanted to work with the footage because he wore a full fucking suit and sunglasses. You know.
yes, now you have to. That's your commercial.
I know.
You
I
can
want
dub
to.
it.
I want to dub it as like a fucking action movie or something like that.
Yes.
So the only other time that happened was I shot a back-to-back. I had Preston Lacey and Trash in here for season one.
That's a lineup.
And same thing happened where the audio didn't record in both of their podcasts. And I was like, Trash had his full puppets, had like 5 puppets and everything, and they're all fucking silent. And I was like, we could turn this into a silent movie and it'd be fucking funny. I was like, I have like 2 hours of Trash just doing this and stuff like that on a couch, and there's no audio.
You could do whatever you want.
And I was telling him, I was
Add
like,
that grainy.
yeah, I was like,
grainy
dude, we could make
footage.
this work. It'd be funny as
Oh
fuck.
yeah.
He already came back in. He brought his barrel. He's gonna be my season
That
one.
barrel is got stage presence.
Yes.
Let's
Dude.
call it like how we see
Dude,
it.
when he was here, he was like, I brought the barrel because apparently it's the star of the show now. Like,
Yeah.
like he brought it up. But his episode turned out
What's
great.
trash without barrel?
Yeah.
Trash and barrel.
Trash and Barrel.
Sounds like the lawsuit, like a law firm of Trash and Barrel.
Sounds like what they're gonna turn Crate and Barrel into whenever it fucking goes out of business. 50% off. It's Trash and Barrel.
Trash and Barrel, Cracker Barrel.
Cracker
What's
Barrel.
the difference?
Diabetes.
Except for better chicken fried steaks from Trash.
Yeah.
But oh yeah. Anyway, Isaiah Blue. My middle name is Isaiah Roan Lasley. That's why I keep going by. My sign up. I always say Isaiah Roan Lasley. Everybody always messes up, or they say Rowan or something, or they just don't skip my middle name altogether.
Yeah.
But Roan is actually a color. It's color of a bluish gray.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a bluish gray, because my Osage name is Kawahotse, and that's roan horse, like a gray horse. That's my great grandpa's name. Was Kawahotse. He was roan horse, and he was a prominent individual in our village and in our community. And I live in this house now, and like the house has been our family for 5-6 generations. So, I'm just embedded in Oklahoma for generations.
Yeah.
We were forced to move here.
Yeah.
Since we were forced to move here and all.
It was a trail.
It was. What I like about the trail, it's kind of a sick joke, but here it goes.
I just love that. What I like about the trail.
Well, they had the Trail of Tears, for the 5 civilized tribes, of course.
Yeah. And then the sequel, Tears for Fears.
Yeah. Later, Tears with Beers.
Oh.
No, it's messed up. But, okay, they said, hey, we're going to take all you guys, we're going to move you all to Indian Territory, Oklahoma.
I got one more.
And they go,
I got one more real quick.
all right, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Or as they called it in my high school, Queers with Tears. Yeah. True story.
When they drove good trucks, they were queers with gears.
Starring
4x4.
Starring Richard Gere and the
Yeah,
Gerbil.
Richard. Oh, Gerbil.
Yeah.
Gerbil News Network here.
You know the Richard Gere story, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's like the worst thing in Hollywood. Well, not worst.
But the problem with the Trail of Tears is they said we're going to move you to Indian Territory. They go, okay, but can we take our slaves with us? And they're like, all right, y'all can take y'all slaves. All right. So you got to think some of those people that were on the Trail of Tears didn't really have to carry their own stuff. They had slaves carry,
Yeah.
all they probably had to do was ride on a wagon. I mean, it might have been tough too. I mean, you don't want to. I mean, a hard day's ride is still a hard day's ride.
Yeah. Covering
But-
up with those blankets.
Yes, but you had every time you set up camp, like, and I need you guys to set up camp, and while I sit here and leisurely, I just
Who do you think was making that fry bread?
yeah, of course, of course, it. I mean, any respectable, civilized tribe would obviously have slaves setting up camp for them every 10 to 12 miles down the road.
Fuck.
Hey, I didn't make this stuff up, but they did. They brought their slaves with them into the territory.
It's kind of like whenever I make dick sucking jokes or something like that, or like or just some kind of jokes, and I get a groan from the audience.
Yeah,
and I'm like, don't groan at that. Groan at the fucking laws.
well, I'm just telling you how history was.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to give it a comedic spin. There were people that brought their own slaves on the Trail of Tears.
Here on Unloading Meat, we go
Yeah,
by
we're
CRT
unloading
Cherokee
it.
race
Yep.
theory. Cherokee race theory.
Hey, I got plenty of Salagi friends.
We should make some t-shirts. Cherokee race theory. We should. That's
good gosh almighty.
that's a fucking merchandising thing waiting to happen.
If Osages would have known that we were going to be neighbors to Cherokees, we wouldn't have sold the United States government the land in the first place. I'm just kidding.
I'm part Cherokee.
I know you are. I see the tags.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rocking
Yeah.
you rocking the tags, man.
Hey, it's cheap, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. People like
Tribal
well,
tag.
like when they go, I don't know, I don't think you could afford the tag. I'm like,
I know.
Like it's $2,000 for the tag. I said, yeah, for the state. I go to the tribal office right now, $60.
Yeah.
So don't give me that.
Yeah.
I got my own
online.
tag. Yeah.
Ever since that was the best thing that ever happened to the tribals is COVID.
Oh yeah.
Like that forced them to actually integrate into technology. It really did, because I don't remember if you remember like getting your tag renewed before COVID. It was like, hey, you better get there at like 6 a.m. and wait in line for a while.
Dang, is that me? What do you got to go to Tahlequah for that?
I would eventually they have the one in Collinsville now.
Oh,
But like, yeah, there's a Collinsville tag agency, and you'd have to get there like right before they open and just wait in line, and then they take an hour break for lunch,
Good
and
gosh.
it's like one
You
or
have
two
to
ladies
spend
all day.
You have to
spend
spend all day in Collinsville.
Yeah. It's right next to a Sonic. That's like the big thing in Collinsville. There's a Sonic, and then there's the Cherokee tag agency right next to it. But now with COVID, they weren't letting people come in, so they just started doing it online. You can get your tag renewed online. You just pay it $75 or whatever. It was like $60.
Pay your schmeckles.
Yeah, schmeckles. I love Rick and Morty.
I love it. Oh my gosh! Now is Justin Roiland?
Okay, I love. Okay, I'm glad you brought Justin Roiland.
Because we brought up a lady with a black eye earlier,
Yeah.
so you know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like, so there was somebody, I can't remember who, I'm not going to out him, but there was somebody that had some Justin Roiland jokes last week, I heard, because he got canceled because of the whole shit.
Yeah.
All the charges got dropped. It was coming out that, like, there was some false shit. Like, I'm not, and again, I'm not victim shaming or anything like that. I'm not saying I don't know the story, but I'm saying apparently everything got dropped and he's getting basically uncanceled or whatever. They're trying to bring him back, like, integrate, because, like, it was at the height of his game just came out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember the name, but like he made Squanch Games, this new production company. He had like 4 different shows, a couple on Hulu and on Adult Swim and stuff like that.
Like I got shit to lose.
Yeah.
If I'm
And at the
acting-
height of that, like a month into his game coming out, he gets canceled with his fucking accusations. And it was like, if you read into it, it was like charges that had been like something that happened like prior to that.
Yeah.
That, you know, but again, all of it got dropped like a month ago. Like everything got dropped.
Now, he's the voice of Rick, right?
He's the voice of Rick, Morty, and pretty much every background
Oh
character.
shit! So he's like
He's
the
both.
show.
Yeah.
He's, and Solar Opposites too.
Solar
like,
Opposites, yeah.
I love Solar Opposites.
It's a good show.
I
don't watch
love
too
the
much of it.
Wall. The Wall story in Solar. You know the.
I've not watched
miniature-
it.
Oh shit! All right.
I have played.
Then I will say.
I
no
played
more.
Trover's Universe. Trover Saves the Universe. It's a video game.
Mhm.
Because I did the Rick and Morty VR game and it was. I always got like 5 seconds into it. I was like, I'm out. But Trover Saves the Universe is his original story. And it's a VR game that you can also play it like on PS4 or something now, and you can play it with a controller. It is one of the funniest fucking games you'll ever see in your life. And it's like the plot is some alien stole this dude's dogs and he uses them for his eyeballs. And you're a couch guy and you have to just like go around fighting people.
Huh.
It's weird, but it's him just voicing everybody in the whole fucking game.
Oh,
It's fucking funny as hell.
Squanch games.
Yeah. But like yeah, he made that next game and it's supposed to be really good and then he got canceled. And you know, Rick and Morty has like 7 seasons or something like that. They have committed to Cartoon Network.
My dad throws out random squanches like just throughout the day. Like, he goes, what's
Squanch?
your yo? What you squanching there, or what you got? Like just something like I like your squanch.
I have a bird person magnet on my fucking fridge.
Oh yeah,
I'm a big Rick and Morty guy.
BP. Phoenix person now.
Phoenix person,
He's
yeah.
PP.
Well, no, he's back to bird person.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
What?
he's back to bird person.
That's right. He went
Saved him.
into his mind. Like,
Dude, that was a trippy episode.
who thinks of shit like that? You know what? Okay, since we're in a Rick and Morty
Yeah.
multi. Okay, have you seen Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania?
Yes, I just watched it this week.
Okay,
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too, but I have one question. If you shrink down to a subatomic quantified realm and you shrink down to the size that is actually smaller than like oxygen and hydrogen and all these different atoms, would there be a whole different periodic table in that subatomic quantified realm?
Yes, probably.
Like it wouldn't
Yeah.
be, there'd be elements and atoms that we couldn't even possibly fathom.
Well, you can tell by all the alien creatures and stuff like that all there. So
Yeah.
like, what I also do is like, what they're basically saying is like they're going so small they're basically into a pocket dimension / multiverse. They're ending the quantum multiverse.
Yeah.
They're going through a pocket dimension and coming out, like basically like that. Because remember when he got trapped in it, it was like time travel for him. He could come in and out wherever he wanted. So like, with the Marvel lingo, way we needed to get plot A to plot B, everything works.
Like so when the snap happened, like now did all life in the universe, is it just that universe, or is it in a quantified level that everything disappeared in that?
Because it's magic and with the gems and stuff like that, from what I've understood, it was all life in the known universe, like everything in that whole thing was 50%.
Yeah.
Because it was he just said half. It was just everything cut in half.
So that includes like bacteria, microscopic level organisms, and
Yeah.
everything. Like say,
Well, I think it was like sentient life.
okay, is that
I don't think it'll count like plants or anything like
like
that.
like plankton?
possibly.
Like say half the plankton left on the planet,
I
just
mean,
gone. But
yeah.
then half the fish are gone too,
Yeah.
and half everything's gone. Half
Yeah.
of it's just
Well, you saw in like Endgame when they showed like the world, like there's like it was just destroyed. Like basically, like there's no garbage delivered. Like the stadiums were emptied and destroyed. Like, but like the whole world, like even like the seas and stuff are just desolate. Like it's just like
everybody turned into ash at once.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that like cover up like the atmosphere with?
It was pretty dark.
With 3.5 or 4 billion souls plus animals and everything else just turning into dust. Wouldn't that cover up
In the wind?
The wind, like in the sun, it would be like the climate would change and shit like that from, man.
I mean, if you remember Endgame though, when after the snap, that entire movie, when they go like when Paul Rudd's going through like San Francisco and even like the Avengers camp and stuff, it's all dark. Even
Mhm.
Tony Stark's cabin, it's all pretty dark. Well, maybe there is something to that.
a little taste to everybody.
Yeah. It tastes
Imagine you going and you taking out the trash. And as soon as you take out the trash, boom, you get snapped. All of a sudden you're back. It's 5 years later. You go inside your house. Your brother is now married to your wife and is raising your kids and
Well, it's
shit.
like you watched WandaVision, right?
Yes.
Remember Monica Rambeau when
Mhm.
she got snapped and came back? Or fucking what's her name? Black Widow's sister, Yelena. How she got snapped and came back. Like that was pretty fucked up. Like WandaVision, Monica Rambeau's mom died. Remember she was getting treated for cancer?
Oh, yeah.
And then she snapped and came back and she relapsed and already died? And she
Yeah.
missed that entire part?
Yeah, the whole snap. Like,
Yeah.
if you were like, hey, baby, I'm going to go take out the trash, and you got snapped, and like all of a sudden you come back.
How many home invaders were arrested that day for just appearing back in places that they thought were their homes?
How many people were shot?
Yeah.
I mean, just after the snap.
Part of the Sokovia records. They
And
they
then
revoked,
came the crackle.
they revoked the Make My Day laws.
Yeah. The snap, then the crackle, and then the pop
Oh,
happened. Yeah. Hey, what are you doing in here?
You're in the wrong bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine like you're taking a shit. All of a sudden, the man pops up in your shower.
I'm
That
just
was
gonna
already naked,
I'm not-
showering
I'm
during
just
the
saying,
snap.
5 years is a long time for any society to miss. And 5 years ago, we didn't even have like trans people out that as much. So I'm just saying, imagine that snap.
Oh shit! Like come back and everybody's there's There's a couple of letters joined in the
There's a couple more. The alphabet of the
the LGBTQ hip hop and R&B community. Like, see, I think there's a total market for gay rapping and gay hip hop and R&B. Why isn't there somebody capitalizing?
I mean, there's Lil Nas X.
Yeah, I guess. I think he's faking it. No, you got to have a leg up in something. Yeah. But like, I mean, there ain't nobody doing gay hip hop and R&B. Like,
it's kind of like I'm a big Norm Macdonald fan.
Yeah.
I love Norm. One of his comedy albums, he has the Legend of Tex Hooper. I highly recommend you listen to this. So Norm has an entire CD, a comedy album, and it's basically like just different skits. It's like SNL skits, but they're audio only.
Yeah.
And this one's called Tex Hooper, and it has him. And do you remember who Artie Lang is?
Mm-hmm.
It's him and Norm, and they're basically production guys in a sound booth, and they're gonna record this legendary country singer Tex Hooper coming back after 25 years to record a new album. And they put all their money into this and everything. And as he sings it, the lyrics get more and more gay. And like there's songs called like "Stop Living the Lie" and stuff like that. And they're gonna premiere this at the Country Music Awards. And it gets funnier, and it's like 14 minutes. And he starts like eating manholes and stuff like that. He gets really, really dark, but it's fucking hilarious.
Okay, we've had this Bud Light craze for the past for the whole spring.
Yeah,
for spring we've had Bud Light craze.
Yeah. Fuck Kid Rock.
I am just disappointed.
Ball went to ball.
I am disappointed in every comedian around because nobody has once said Bud Light and the Loafers. Not once. Nobody's even brought it up once. I'm ashamed.
I don't know. Like I have one Bud Light joke, and my only joke I have in my set is basically like, when it rains outside, I say some of you women need to watch your makeup because when it runs, it makes it look like Kid Rock's going to reload.
Well, obviously, what's her name? The spokeslady?
Devin or whatever.
Yeah, is it? I don't know. I don't know her name.
I don't remember her name.
Well, anyway, the spokeslady spokesperson for Bud Light. Obviously, she wouldn't do Natural Light. Like that'd be the wrong beer because. That's pure.
Well, see, and she wasn't really even that's the whole thing. It's like she wasn't even a spokesperson, really.
Was it like a celebration? I don't know.
So the whole thing that's even funnier about this is like, so Bud Light does a promotional thing where like when trendsetters or people like that hit milestones and stuff like that, they'll send them custom cans. Like when an Olympic team, they send them like a custom can, like, hey, congratulations kind of thing. It's like a special one-off kind of thing. And this person transitioned. Mm-hmm. And they did like a TikTok thing or something like that where like a whole year learning, maybe 1 year as a woman or something like that. And they hit a milestone of a year or something like that. And, they're famous. They got millions of followers. So Bud Light was like, here's a custom congratulations can. And then she took a post, did a little thing of like, thanks, Bud Light. Did like a little quick video of it like that. That was it.
And then that got blew out of proportion.
That turned into Bud Light is trying to turn everybody trans and everything like that. And
well,
like,
now I gotta go back in time here for Bud Light. Back in the early 90s, they had commercials, ladies' night, women gets Bud Light.
Yeah.
And they had a commercial of a bunch of dudes dressing up in women's clothes.
Yeah, I kind of remember, yeah.
And they're like, hey, we're here for the Bud Light.
Yeah.
And so like, this ain't nothing new.
No.
And like they had like 2 or 3 commercials of these ladies' nights of Bud Light. Like
that's like when you see the picture of Kid Rock hanging out with RuPaul.
Because like if you remember the Bud Light commercials, there was a guy who's like, "Are you so and so?" And he goes, "Yes, I am." And he got to ride in limos and got to go through do all this cool stuff with free Bud Light.
Yeah.
And then like at the end of one of those ladies' night commercials, it goes, "Who's that lady?" And she was like the pool champion. And he turns around and goes, "Are you the champion?" He's like, "Yes, I am." Like. So, like, Bud Light has already had men dressed up in women's clothes. It's nothing new.
Yeah.
But no Bud Light and loafers. I wanted that one.
And we're back with the one and only Isaiah Lasley. Isaiah, thank you so much for coming on Unloading Meat, man. It's been an awesome honor to have you on here, man.
Jared, the pleasure's all mine.
Oh.
Of course.
We're going full Godfather with this?
Yes, I was honored to be a guest in this.
I made you an offer you couldn't refuse.
Tonight they sleep with the fishes. The fish sticks. Anyway,
gay
yes.
fish. Kanye.
Oh yeah, you gotta hit the fish sticks. Gay fish.
Gay.
Yeah, the gayest of fish.
Yeah. Isaiah, my friend, where can people find you?
Okay, where can people find us? Instagram at Toke Signals Podcast. Spotify, anywhere you get streaming. We're not on Audible yet, but like Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify. We might have some videos posted on YouTube. The Preacher and the Creature.
Nice.
Look up that channel. Let's see where to find us. Open mics during the week. You know.
Shout out to Hunt Club with Zach Amon.
Oh, Zach Amon. He does some magic when I get on the, because the mics mess up every time I try to say something to Zach or something, have a punchline for him. It just like he must have a button in his pocket or something. I know he does. He's like, that's some like Bruce Wayne shit.
Amon's not his last name; it's Custer.
Yep.
So
he makes the best pies though.
Yeah.
Best cream pies of Custer, of course. You know.
Oh,
yeah.
Cream pies is my search history for something else.
Well, everybody likes a little Debbie every now and then. Talls and Smalls, remember that?
And that Debbie does Dallas.
Yeah. So Toke Signals, yes. Anywhere you can stream podcasts, Toke Signals podcast. We usually have episodes every Monday and every Friday.
Nice. And if somebody wanted to book you for comedy, where could they find you?
Toke Signals.
We're
I don't really have an Instagram. I had one, but then I erased it, and I lost my password, and I like said, fuck it, I'm not going to get it back.
Yeah.
So it's the way it goes. But yeah, Toke Signals on Instagram. We answer to everything, messages or whatever. And Facebook too. I'm in charge of Instagram. My co-host is Facebook Toke Signals. I'm Instagram Toke, and he's like TikTok too. And I don't know anything about TikTok, so.
Well, man, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure.
I appreciate it, Jared. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you having me on here.
No problem, man.
This is a nice setup. I love it.
Thank you, man. And if you guys ever want me on, I'd love to be like a guest on you guys sometime.
Oh, it'll be like the complete opposite of this. It's like the most low tech of low tech. Like,
dude, I just want to have fun.
All right,
you know what I mean?
That's all we have.
Yeah.
That's all we do.
Well, man, thank you for coming on. Guys, this has been Unloading Meat. He's Isaiah Lasley. I'm Jared Ralphie Allen and obese. Take care. Peace.
Unloading the meat. 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 I don't even know what it means, what it is, what it is, what it is.
Bye. Have a great time.